Hey everybody.
Hi.
We are here for yet another disastrous adventure, disaster venture, disaster venture.
I'm just happy to exist right now. I'm not really looking for all the thrilling you and the pomp and circumstance.
Pomp and circuit. I can't really make a how did you know my nickname in college with that one, I'll be honest. That one's not quite as funny.
Still seems more accurate with how gay you are.
I mean, yeah. My junior ROTC colonel, he would like refer to us all as a whole lot of pomp and no circumstance.
Well, damn.
Yeah. He was. I mean, I say that whenever I say that, like I tell stories like that, and you would think that my ROTC colonel was like the biggest dickhead who ever walked the face of the earth. And don't get me wrong, he could be a dick at times, but honestly, like I really appreciated and respected him.
Yeah, you're very nice.
Yeah, like every now and again, I hope he's doing okay. I saw him kind of recently, um, because he goes down to the senior center to like keep things going for the seniors, even though right now that's probably closed up because our transmission rates have skyrocketed again. Yay! But he was doing that for a while because he's retired now, so that means he's literally finding anything that he can do.
I mean, fair enough.
And like he'll stop and say hey to me, and we'll talk a little bit. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I bet.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Ugh.
Same.
Happy Sunday. Time for another DisasterCast. Time for more Katamari. A little bit of announcements before we get started. First off, thank you all so much for your understanding last Monday. Sorry that I did not stream, but I appreciate y'all being understanding. I needed to get out of the house. I needed to do something for my birthday. We went up to Boone, where the mask mandate is very firmly in place.
Yes, it is. That's why I only do deliveries there.
Yeah, and we went and got sushi, which I'd not had sushi in over 2 years.
Yep.
And it was really nice. It was just so nice.
I liked Japanese food more than I thought I would.
It's really different. We went to one of those, to just clarify, we went to one of those hibachi grills where they cook the food right in front of you, which I think was some of the coolest shit ever. And
you caught the rice in your mouth.
I did catch the rice. The chef will sometimes like toss like little rice balls and you try to catch it in your mouth. It's really cool. So yeah, it was very enjoyable. It was relaxing. It was a good time.
They sang happy birthday to you.
They did, yeah. Which we didn't ask them to. He just like Kayla just happened to mention that it was my birthday, and he got super excited, and like he was just so genuinely excited for it to be my birthday. I was like, okay, cool,
because we were the only ones interacting.
I mean, kinda, yeah. Anyway, I keep saying, like, I love that. You like how I'll say anyway whenever it's like time to get started, and then I don't do it, and then I sidetrack again.
Yep.
Yeah. But tomorrow I will be doing it's like an Aliens multiplayer game with Minx and Alice. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. And then next Monday, promise, hand on heart, pinky swearsies everybody. Next Monday we are going to start Psychonauts 2. Which I'm pretty psyched about.
Wait, we are?
Well, me.
Okay. I was gonna be like, that'd be a little bit distracting to have over DisasterCast, but you do you.
No. I will be doing, next Monday, I'll be starting Psychonauts 2, and that'll be the Monday streams for a pretty good while, not gonna lie. It's gonna be a while. Okay. Yeah, Aliens Fireteam, that's what it's called. I couldn't really remember what it's called. I don't really know what happens in it. I just know that I'm going to die a lot of times, so I hope that y'all will come out tomorrow and enjoy that. I'm not going to say alright, I'm just going to click on this thing. I'm just going to click on the thing to bring up the streaming thing. So let me finish Psychonauts 1. The ending really, like, pushed my limits, not going to lie, because the ending was really difficult. So,
was it a bit of a, what's the David Cage game?
Omicron?
Yes.
Kind of. It got pretty close to Omicron, except it was the Omicron of platforming. It was the Omicron final boss of platforming, basically. It's like it was the Dark Souls of platforming.
Jesus.
I hated it.
You hate platforming in general. I can't imagine.
I really hate platforming so much. I've been replaying Blasphemous, and I'm just like, I still fucking hate platforming. It's not as bad whenever it's 2D, but 3D platforming can just... 3D platforming can, like...
Suck
cocks in hell.
Okay. Okay, then.
Yeah. That is my decree.
So,
Kayla, what are we talking about today? I forgot to give you time to tell everybody what we were going to be talking about today. Sorry.
It's fine. I just figured I didn't matter.
You don't.
I mean, I was up until 2 a.m., so I mean, well, more like 3 a.m. because then I couldn't go to sleep.
Let's just skip through that. Okay, yeah, so what are we talking about today?
The Cataño... I'm sorry, I can't say Spanish words very well. Cataño oil refinery fire.
I think that's Cataño.
Cataño. I don't know.
Okay, so anyway, the oil refinery fire.
Oil refinery. Chalk's Ocean Airways Flight 101.
Okay.
And
it's always a goddamn flight.
You know what? They're prolific enough to report on.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
And Pista, Pipás.
What the does that mean?
It's something in Hungarian. I will explain later.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Don't worry, you'll like that story.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine, Jordan. DM me what you heard on that one.
Okay. So the 2009 Cataño... The oil refinery fire.
Please forgive Kayla, she's not very good at talking.
I am better with European pronunciations.
That's a very good point. Yeah, we'll go with that. You're just better with the European pronunciation.
I took 3 classes in German, okay? Leave me alone.
You did. We yeet giant metal tubes. Okay, hold on a second. I've actually got... I know that you were being facetious, Jordan, but I'm gonna be that guy for just a quick moment.
And you're always that guy.
Because we do not just yeet giant heavy metal tubes up into the sky and hope that they stay up. It is aerodynamics, it is physics, it is Bernoulli's... Bernoulli didn't invent the Bernoulli's principle for this shit. I know that you were being facetious, Jordan, but I'm just being that person for a moment.
We kinda...
It's purely physics.
We kinda have to defend flight purely because we live in the state where flighting. We
live in the state where flighting was first invented.
I was taking a
minute. Right along with boke, which is whenever you get on your bicycle.
I was taking a minute to figure out how to properly word it, and then you just had to interrupt me and blow the whole thing. Just blow your load everywhere.
It is kind of what I do.
Our state was first in flight, and it's a point of pride, so we have to defend it.
We constantly fight Ohio for that.
Well, what's Ohio got?
That's where the Wright brothers were from.
Well, yeah, but we have their actual flights.
Yeah, but like we fight over it all the time.
So Hitler was born in Austria, but he's still the bad guy of Germany.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I don't think that Austria is clamoring to get credit for Hitler. Like, hold up just a second.
I don't know. There's probably some alt-right in Austria wanting it.
I don't know what the policies are.
I don't either.
Nazis, for Nazism in Austria. I know that in Germany, like, if you start flying a Nazi flag, you are gonna get arrested.
Yeah. Doing it right, Germany.
I mean, we could never do that here because, First Amendment and all that jazz.
Yep.
Crickets! All this work is making me depressed.
Oh God!
This guy needs to stop being us.
Stop.
And when that happens, I think about crickets.
We hear too many crickets to think about them.
I know, right? I used to listen to that song when I was young. Can you be young if you're a robot? I recorded each song in my database so I could remember them always.
And then your database was corrupted.
Or maybe that never actually happened. Perhaps all my memories are just implants.
So are we doing like Blade Runner or something?
Now I'm even more depressed. God, I'm gonna get a screenshot of that too. Go forth, little one. Go forth and bring joy to my dark days. Kayla's just like, Kayla just looks so seen right now. It seems we wandered into someone's house. Nice place. I wish I had a house.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, it's time to roll that Katamari. We're going to need a big one here. So make it this big in this amount of time. Now go clean house. Okay, I feel seen by that. I bet Sholin feels seen right now. Alright, continue. We're ready to rock and roll now.
So we
rock and roll.
So we don't really have any build-up, we just got the event.
Ooh, no foreplay, let's just skip straight to the action, everybody.
The most I could say is the Caribbean Petroleum Corporation Oil Refinery and Oil Depot was in Bayamon, Puerto Rico.
Alright.
So the initial explosion destroyed 11 tanks at the facility.
Oh yeah, we just jumping straight. Good lord.
Yeah, there's...
You're not even gonna prep me for this? It's just, nope, we're just jumping right in it. Take a deep breath. Here we go.
So, the initial explosion of the 11 tanks happened at 12:23 a.m. and can be heard, it could be heard as far away as 11 miles. And it
Good lord.
And it shook doors and windows within 2 miles.
Imagine how fucking terrifying, well, you know, not just being caught up in the explosion, that'd be pretty goddamn fucking terrifying too. But imagine just you're just minding your own business, then all of a sudden just, kaboom!
You wanna know the best part?
What?
Spoiler pants for you. No one died from this.
Wait, what?
No one died.
That actually makes the story even better.
Yeah.
Do you think that we'll ever, speaking of it's better when nobody dies, I just had a random thought. If this pandemic shit ever fucking ends, do you think we'll ever do a disaster cast about the coronavirus?
It's gonna be a 3-part series, but yeah, I think we can do it.
It's like, let's start with how...
Let's start with how
China fucked up, and then let's start with how who fucked up, and then we'll continue with how Trump fucked up, and then we will go into the grand finale of how Biden fucked up. And basically everybody just fucked up, and I hate everyone.
You hated everyone before this.
Yeah, but now it's metastasized like a fucking cancer. It is like coronavirus has given me breast cancer of hate.
Fair enough. The only thing you need your breast for anyway.
Honestly, yes. I would kind of be okay with them just not being around, which there is a surgery for that, so.
I want to get rid of a majority of mine.
Well, yours have a little bit more to do with, back pain.
Yeah. Also, I have to pay $60 for a bra from a special store because literally no one else makes any bra in my size that is cute and is comfortable with no underwire. Because I can't have underwire. You know what happens whenever my fat ass has underwire?
What?
My breasts weigh so much that I need to have a bra strap so tight around my chest in order to hold them up that if underwire was there, it literally bruises and digs into my ribs.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Damn.
That's Kayla's ongoing problem of having big tits, so you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it as a problem, my boyfriend does not.
Well, he doesn't have to deal with, Well, I mean, I guess he gets points for the fact that he does, buy you these specialty bras.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to enjoy them, you gotta pay to dress them.
You know what? That's fair.
Plus, I mean, he's the one with a job right now. My ass is unemployed.
Well, for now, you finish your
I finished my class. I sent out my application to places, and I haven't heard back from anywhere.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
It's okay. They'll get back to you. It'll just take them a while because, you know, even though they constantly complain, oh, there's a labor shortage, and there's people like, hey, I have the skills, hire me, and they're like, we'll get back to you.
It's either that or, hey, I'll do this job, but you have to pay me a wage that is actually able to livable.
And it's like, fuck you.
Yeah. That's why no one wants to work, because we're just like, I can literally make more money from unemployment.
Oh, we went to, I'm gonna have to retry this. We went to, whenever we went to Boone on Monday, we went to, the Michael's craft shop there. Because Grandma needed to get some stuff.
Also, we don't go to Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, and also because we don't go to Hobby Lobby. And there were like multiple clipboards that had been laid out on a table. Like, I'm talking numerous, like 5 or 6 clipboards saying help wanted, please apply. You basically just fill out your information here to apply. And all of those clipboards were filled up.
Yep.
Miss me with this people don't want to work shit.
Let me Google something real quick.
People 100% want to work. They just also want to be, you know, paid for their work. How fucking dare they? We really went off on a tangent there.
You can start out at Michael's making between $13 and $15 an hour.
Oh, fuck.
That's why people want to work there, because you can actually make a livable wage.
Oh, wow, and look at all the people who are applying to work at Michael's. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. I've never heard of... I had only just heard of this specialty store that sold shit for plus-size girls like me.
Yeah, they don't exactly...
exist.
Yeah, they don't, like... And they don't get as much, like, airtime on their advertisements.
I had never heard of Torrid before. My boyfriend was specifically looking for something cute for me and found it.
Yeah, because society's like, oh, you want clothes that fit? Girl, just lose weight.
Yeah.
Even though I was, like, saying that in a facetious manner meant to mock them, I still feel awful for what I just said. Even though it was totally being facetious to mock these people.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's it like being able to go into a store and buy pants that fit?
I mean, it's sort of outweighed by the funny looks that I get every time I walk into the bathroom.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like...
I had to weigh it in my head.
Yeah, when we went to the movie theater to see Candyman, I had to go to the bathroom afterwards, so I went into the restroom, and, like, one of the women there was kind of, like...
side-eyeing you?
Yeah, it was, like, side-eyeing me, because it's, like... It's weird whenever I'm binding, like, okay, which one do I go into? Because, like... I just kind of instinctively go into the women's restroom because that's always where I've gone, and I just want to pee, and, like, I've got people, like, staring at me, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, are they gonna, like, yell for somebody? But it's like, but also, you motherfuckers were like, well, no, use the bathroom that, you know, you're bored into. It's like, okay, that's what I'm doing. It's a whole thing.
I say just start using the men's restroom, mainly just because there's shorter lines in there.
That's true.
I have had plenty of times where I have been at an event or something, the women's restroom line was out the door, and I just said, fuck it, and went into the men's room, and just went in there and peed, and no one cared.
I don't have the confidence to do something like that, because I constantly be like, okay, do I pass well enough to be able to do this?
I don't!
Yeah, I know, but, like... You just, like, walk in with enough confidence and it's fine. I don't... Believe it or not, I actually don't have that level of confidence whenever it comes to
It's not so much confidence as, oh god, I will actually be in pain and cause harm to my body if I do not go to the bathroom right now. Get out of my fucking way.
Fair enough.
It's like whenever you have to poop and you're willing to mow down everything in your way just to get to a bathroom.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna succeed in this one either. This one's hard. I don't have much time at all. Yep. Okay, I really got you sidetracked on that. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's more interesting than
yeah, I mean, this is kind of what we do.
It's always more interesting to just hear about us, apparently. That I'm surprised about.
I mean, we are very interesting.
Yeah. By the way, Candyman was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed Candyman a lot.
I've seen it twice. Technically, kind of 3 times, because me, my boyfriend, and one of our friends went to a drive-in last night, and we were watching Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings on one screen, and on the screen behind us, for the others, was Candyman and Don't Breathe 2. And occasionally, because Shang-Chi had such dark scenes, I couldn't see what was going on. And I could only hear it. I'm just like, maybe I'll just turn around and I would just see a scene in Candyman and just be like, oh, I've seen the movie enough times, I know exactly what they're saying.
Wow.
Yeah. Candyman's good, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you'll have to retry. I've often said, Panda says, too bad people can't just trade genders. I've often wished that I could just, like, be a you know those, like, mix and match Lego? I'd love to be those. Like, I could just detach my boobs on the days whenever...
You would keep your boobs off.
I would wear them sometimes. I think that if I had a little bit of if I had the ability to, like, have a break from them every now and again, I think I would appreciate them more. It's just some days the dysphoria is so fucking real.
Yeah.
But if I could just mix and match like a Lego piece, that would be my ideal gender. Fuck the gender spectrum and the gender binary. My gender is mix and match Lego.
So in the Lego Movie 3, we're gonna have some very deep discussions we're gonna have to have with our kids afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well, with your kids.
If I have them.
Yeah, if you would have them. Yeah, like retractable boobs, that would be cool.
If I had retractable boobs, I would just be like, where the hell did they go?
It'd be like, this feels weird.
I guess because I'm so used to these 2 huge lumps of fat that weigh probably a total of like 5 pounds on my chest. I have no way of testing how heavy they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I know is that if I jump up, I have torn muscles from my boobs coming back down. I have torn muscles, I have hit myself in the face.
People be like, do cardio, and then just like, have you seen my boobs whenever I try to do... Kayla be like, have you seen my boobs when I try to do cardio?
You've seen me try to run before.
Mm-hmm.
It don't work.
It don't.
It doesn't work. Bird tried buying me different sports bras to see if that would help.
Yeah.
They did not.
Yep, they did not.
I'm sorry I keep talking about my boobs. This is a point of contention for me. It's just like... I've been dealing with this for so long, goddammit.
Yeah. That's 20-something years now.
I don't know, they popped up whenever I was around 11 or 12.
They were just, boom, suddenly they were there.
Honest to God, yes.
Yeah. Come on. Okay. Okay, seriously, though.
Okay. So, the resulting explosion from, gasoline and jet fuel and diesel all blowing up at once.
That didn't melt steel beams?
No!
You mentioned this jet fuel, I had to talk about the steel beams.
I know.
It's like the law.
I know. It resulted in an explosion that was the equivalent of a 2.8 magnitude earthquake.
Oh, shit. Imagine if that time that earthquake woke you up, you found out, okay, good news, it wasn't an earthquake, it was a fucking explosion!
Yeah. I did see on Facebook that something might be happening to the water pipes in the area. That'll be fun.
Great.
Yeah.
So we might be getting that.
Yeah, we might be getting that.
Alright.
Might have to boil water for 2 days.
Oh, fun.
So anyway.
I'm gonna go out and get some bottled water after this.
We got bottled water.
I'm gonna go get more.
Please do. I've been thinking about us getting bottled water just so I don't have to keep going to the kitchen to refill my bottle every single goddamn time because I drink water like a fish. I'm dealing with a lot today.
I can tell.
I was up until 3 a.m., God. I was 30 minutes from being home whenever our friend who went with us to the movie called me and was like, I kind of left my water bottle in your car and I need it for tomorrow. I'm very sorry. And I'm like, it's almost 1 a.m. But God damn it, I'm gonna turn around and go and give you your water bottle.
Aww.
And then she fell asleep before I got there.
Wow.
I left it on her doorstep and I'm just like, dude, I gotta go home.
Yeah, like, good luck.
It was 1 a.m. whenever I left her house and damn near 2:30 when I finally got home.
Yeah, I was about to finally just go to sleep because I was gonna, like, stay up and at least wait so that I knew you got back safe. But I was just like, man, I might just end up going to bed after all.
And then I made it right when you came out of the bathroom.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Wanna know the best part about it? I was up for the next 30 to 45 minutes because my legs hurt so much from driving. I was in so much pain. So anyway, the explosion caused about 30 million gallons of petroleum to just be released into bodies of water in neighboring wetlands. Wetlands? Sorry.
Wetlands.
Wetlands. So, you know, a lot of dead wildlife.
You said nobody died.
No one important died.
Wow.
Fuck the ocean. If you don't know my feelings on this already, then I have not been doing my job talking to you.
Or I've just not been listening. You don't have to shoulder the emotional burden of me not paying attention to you. Love yourself more. Kayla's just like, I have no response to this.
I don't. I'm torn between making a fat joke of there's too much of me to love, or a sad psychological joke of I'm sorry, my dad taught me to only love him, not anyone else. So anyway, the EPA conducted an environmental assessment after the explosion and found dead wildlife, both aquatic and avian species. Our people are dead.
Oh, lovely.
And a whole bunch of legally protected species were also dead, and everyone else, anything else that didn't immediately die was just covered in oil. And I assume it made for a great soap commercial.
I was just about to make a Dawn reference, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I couldn't remember the brand. Yeah. So on top of all the wildlife, it fucked up a lot of people in the area.
Wow, what a shock! I am shocked, I say!
Yeah, after the event, about 600 people were in shelters in the neighboring cities. Yeah. There were actually 5 workers who were present at the plant, I guess doing the night shift. And they all managed to escape in time.
Well, that's good.
Yes, and none of them were hurt.
So, like, what kind of warning did they have about what was about to happen?
Loud alarms.
Fair enough. I guess if I hear loud alarms, I'm fucking running too.
Yeah, the people who got injured were actual drivers who were just driving around the area at the time, and they happened to be close enough that when the explosion shattered the glass, it got them in their car.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 people got minor injuries at the nearby Fort Buchanan, and 4 other people had to seek help for respiratory problems from the resulting black smoke. But again, no one died.
I don't know, man. Everything with COVID is maybe just absolutely terrified of anything that makes me not able to breathe properly.
You didn't even have COVID!
Yeah, I know. But it, like... Ugh. Y'all would, like, wheeze whenever you were sleeping, and it really freaked me out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was really freaky. And I know this because whenever y'all were asleep, I would, like, come to your bedroom.
I was just about to say, did you just hang outside my
Yes, I would! Yes! Yes, I did! To make sure that you were still okay!
I mean, fair enough.
If it was a stressful time for all of us, please get vaccinated. Don't put yourself through the anxiety that we went through.
I don't think I'm gonna go outside for the next couple of days, because I think my stress is messing with my immune system.
Fair enough.
So.
Anyway, Roselia, ostensibly we're supposed to be talking about a,
oil refinery fire in 2009.
That is 100%.
We have not been talking about. We've been here 40 minutes. I've talked about my boobs for 20 of them.
Yeah, we've basically just been talking about the disaster that is our lives.
Yeah.
And the disaster that is this playthrough. Jesus Christ, I'm just not rolling it up fast enough. Good lord.
I've talked in my sleep before, too. I've also slept with my eyes open before. I did it in class one time, and it freaked out my classmates and my teacher.
Good.
I was just leaning on my desk, my elbow was down, and my head was resting in my hand, and I was so exhausted. It was around the time our parents were getting divorced. I wasn't sleeping. I was getting depression for the first time, and part of my depression is that I'll be up in the middle of the night with a shitload of energy, and my circadian clock will just completely fuck up. So that's a fun fact about me. And I was just resting my head, staring forward, but I was asleep, and my eyes were open, and my teacher called on me to answer a question, and I didn't respond. And this is according to what my classmates told me. He's like, Kayla? And then he, like, came over to my desk and waved his hand in front of my face, and I didn't react at all.
And he was just like, oh shit, one of my students died. Oh fuck, does that give me immediate tenure? Like, how does that work? Oh shit.
The only reason he didn't freak out or even call the nurse or anything was because he was my English teacher, and I was already really into, like, English and writing at the time, so I had kind of talked about, like, what was going on at home because he asked.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably figured I was just exhausted and dealing with things at home, so he kind of just, like, left me be.
He's like, we'll just leave that alone.
Yeah, he just called on someone else.
And everybody else was like,
The people around me just kept looking at me like, is she okay?
Like, oh, she's fine, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, everything's fine.
And then, like, according to my teacher, like, 15 minutes later, I just jolted in my seat. Like,
I'm here!
No, it's like that dream where, like,
yes, you're falling. Yes!
And you jolt away. That's what I was having, and I jolted in my seat. And I looked around quickly, like, where am I? What's going on? And the girl next to me is just like, dude, are you okay?
No!
And I'm like, what happened? She said, we called on you, and you were asleep, but you had your eyes wide open. It was weird. I'm like, okay.
I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know I could do that. But, you know, major exhaustion does some shit.
Yeah.
Oh god, if I walked in my sleep.
I think I sleepwalked, like, one time when I was very young. Like, one time, though. I don't even remember the circumstances. I do know that I have, like, sat up and started talking to people in my sleep before.
I've done that before. I think we got it from Papa.
Yeah.
Because remember, he used to always talk in his sleep.
Yep.
And our uncle does that too.
Mm-hmm. We're very active sleepers is what we're saying, everybody.
Yeah, I had pity. My boyfriend wants us to move in together so bad and share a bed. And every time that we've, like, shared a bed and spent the night together, neither of us will sleep a lot because we're both very active. We keep moving around. And we keep waking up. And he actually asked me last night, are you sure you don't want to just spend the night at my house? I mean, we're happy to have you if you don't want to make the drive out. I'm just like, honey, if I stay, I'm not going to get any sleep, and I'm going to be tired for the DisasterCast tomorrow. I need to go home and get some sleep. And then that fucking
the universe went Joke's on you.
Yeah, and then that fucking call happened. I had to go deliver a goddamn water bottle. So the initial response of the disaster, the first call came...
was, oh shit!
I imagine so. Well, it's in Puerto Rico. They're probably speaking Spanish.
Oh. I don't know how to say oh shit in Spanish.
Neither do I! Isn't it like
anybody who knows
merde?
Spanish?
Isn't it like merde or something?
That is French.
Oh. I don't know.
Anybody who knows how to say oh shit in Spanish, please chime in the chat. Thank you.
Mierda.
Mierda. Okay. Yeah, that was probably initial response.
So the first call came in 4 minutes after the initial explosion. I don't know why it took 4 minutes. But the Puerto Rico fire department stations in the nearby towns just immediately went.
It is hard to get the stupid thing going.
I noticed. They actually went before the call came in because they kind of went as soon as they felt the explosions. And they were like, we should probably go check on that.
Yeah, I was like, it feels like something's up. We should probably,
Yeah, the 4 minute wait for the call was just to tell them where exactly to go.
Damn it. Fucked up. I fucked up.
Tiny Katamari detected. Embarrassingly small, microscopic. I'm talking about your penis!
You'd better come with me.
No one's coming with a tiny dick like that.
I mean, just because it's small doesn't mean that you can't come. Kayla's just kind of staring at me right now.
Sounds like someone with a tiny dick would say.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's the, Cataño, Cataño.
She's like, you know what?
Okay.
Kayla is actually like taking a moment.
That!
Okay, she put the name of the tragedy topics in Discord, everybody.
Well, one
because she cannot say Cataño.
I can't say it. I can't do it.
It's okay.
Okay.
Well, that was a stupid move.
So, after they realized that shit was really fucked because, 11 giant oil refinery tanks had exploded, they were like, oh shit, we need more fire department help.
Like, we need, like, a lot of fire department help, y'all. Like, a lot of it.
For some reason, I'm just like, is it Cataño or Don't make me say it.
Okay, we're not gonna make you say it.
Don't make me. Okay, so they called in to fire stations all across the island of Puerto Rico for help. And this apparently included the Puerto Rico Police Department to close up the expressway, like, across the islands.
Please hop! Please hop! For the love of God, I hate this stupid hopping mechanic!
Remember how you said this might be your favorite game whenever we started and then they showed you the hopping mechanic?
No, I like Katamari, I like the idea behind it, but I hate the hop mechanic. It's stupid, I don't like it, I can't make it work, and therefore it's dumb.
Well, Izzy, we have an oil refinery fire that happened in 2009. We have
But the disaster really is more this DisasterCast because we're getting horrifically off track.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about, like, how sad I am for a while. We've been doing it, we're gonna keep doing it. Sorry about that.
We gotta be me. I gotta be me! Sorry.
So the Puerto Rico Police Department closed the Diego Expressway And a helicopter was used to patrol the area just to make sure, like, you know, rescue workers could get there safely, and also no one else was gonna come and be a looky-loo to try and fuck up the efforts, you know.
Understandable concerns, to be fair, you know?
You thought you'd talk about an explosion, but instead you got a derailed train.
Kinda, yeah. You're not wrong.
And the Brady for the win. So, in less than an hour, they were able to get a whole bunch of firefighters from at least 6 to 7 different cities in Puerto Rico to come on the area and just be like, yo, shit's fucked.
Hey, so...
Help?
It's bad. Yeah, help,
it's
please.
Bad.
Help, please.
Rose, I'm just gonna trust you on this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, anyway.
On to the further story of Kayla can't pronounce shit. 130 firefighters with the support of the Puerto Rico National Guard and some help from local Fort Buchanan responded to the fire. A whole bunch of people were responding to this fire.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Yeah, 1,500 people had to be evacuated from 4 adjacent communities. If you look at a sky picture of Puerto Rico after the explosion happened, a visible satellite image from NASA showed that you could see just a huge pile of black smoke covering the area.
Isn't that just delightful? I can feel my lungs choking up,
yeah.
like, as you're saying that. Like, Anyway.
Yeah, as a result of the smoke cloud, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration had to divert all plane traffic.
Oh, God.
Because they're like, you can't fly in this shit, bro.
It's like, hey, no.
Yeah, so to avoid further explosions, firefighters tried to chill the remaining tanks to keep them from exploding. And apparently it worked because no other tanks exploded. Just the initial 11.
Like, yay!
Yeah. Yeah, a whole, on top of this, but wait, there's more. They had to move a whole bunch of fuel trucks out of the area, too.
Yeah, I guess they probably would need to do that. It's like, hey.
They had to clear a lot out of this oil refinery to be like, yo, we can't have any more fires and shit. We can't handle that.
Yeah, like, this is bad, y'all.
It is really
God
bad.
Damn it, speaking of bad, I am awful at this today. My God.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, God.
Due to the smoke cloud, authorities also had to evacuate, on top of those 4 communities, they had to evacuate even more communities that just happened to be downwind from the smoke. But wait, there's more.
Jesus Christ.
They had to relocate 80 people who were living in a secure facility for Justice Department witnesses.
Like, was that just completely secondary to everything else that was going on? There's just, oh, by the way, there's some state's witnesses nearby. We should probably get them out of there, too.
Kind of.
Wow.
So, now, if anyone is trying to... If any bad people are trying to kill someone that's been taken in by the Justice Department, they got an idea where they might be.
Fucking oil refinery.
Yeah, blow up an oil refinery and just look around Puerto Rico. You'll probably find them.
just this like caravan of people like, where are you headed? Oh, we are but an inconspicuous group of people who are definitely not state's witnesses, simply out for a drive. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket.
We are a traveling theater troupe.
We are but a humble traveling theater troupe. How are you?
Oh, and on top of all of this, but wait, there's more. Governor Luis, God damn it! The governor of Puerto Rico had to cancel classes for all nearby schools as well.
Nonsense! Don't cancel schools, don't cancel classes, and don't you dare put any safety precautions in place to protect our children because that's harmful to them somehow. I'm gonna go to the school board and complain about this.
Yeah, he only closed, like, schools in the San Juan metro area for, like, the day coming because the explosion happened at, like, 12:23 a.m. And the schools right near the explosion were closed for 4 days until hopefully the fire had been put out.
Maybe the fire will be put out, but we'll come back to it.
Yes. My men will play a bunch of drunken sailors.
And you a bunch of baby seals. And action.
And scene.
Look, I got strawberry jam. It's jam. Somebody call Minx. I've rolled up the jam.
I'd rather call Yahtzee, thank you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. He did make a very good book about that.
I love that book.
Do you think that book, because I remember he mentioned at one point, he was like, man, you guys just will not be happy unless the end of the world is zombies. It's a whole, if the end of the world came in the form of some sort of carnivorous jam, you would have to make little zombie cutouts in order to cope. I just wonder if that was like this, if like, I was like, okay, did he already have the book like in mind? Like, was he already working on it at that point? Or was that literally just a joke that he wrote and then he went,
that was a joke that he wrote and he just made a book out of it.
So he literally just
he said that.
That's a great idea.
He's like, yeah, I made that joke during one of my reviews. And I realized...
oh shit, that would actually be really fucking funny.
And then he made the book.
Nice.
So, there was a bit
Just a bit.
Of government aid. I only say a bit. I mean... President Obama, who's president at the time, you know, declared a federal state of emergency in Puerto Rico. So that allowed for U.S. federal agencies to go over to the island to coordinate disaster relief and, you know, allow them to use federal funds to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have read Jam by Yahtzee Croshaw. I have read at least 3 of his books. I have another one that's waiting, but goddamn that depression. That depression hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, both Bird and I have read books by Yahtzee.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved Jam.
I had to borrow.
Last night we were nothing, an unemployed and a freelance musician. But guess what? But you know what we both are now?
Hostages?
Both unemployed?
Yeah. I love rereading Mob World.
How can you be a secret governmental agent when you're so bad at lying? I'm not a secret government agent, said Agent X, lying badly.
Yeah. I read Mog World for the first time when I started at Lowe's, and it was so good. I just immediately put it down as soon as I finished. I'm like, this is the shit I should have been reading in my college philosophy class.
Yeah. Mog World was really good.
I love Mog World. I like, we'll save the galaxy for food.
Mm-hmm.
I love that
I haven't finished that one yet.
I know, you're borrowing my copy.
I know, sorry.
It's okay, I have the next one in the series, I just haven't read it yet.
Hell, I'm doing so awful at this today! Oh, we're going back to the fucking village square. Fuck this noise. I'm getting annoyed now.
Okay.
Anyway. I'm literally getting frustrated.
So fighting the fire cost the local Puerto Rican government more than $6.4 million to try and take care of it. So the explosion happened in the early hours of October 23rd. It was October 25th whenever they determined they had spent $6.4 million.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah, the United States Army also said, hey, we're gonna close Fort Buchanan because of this, just for a little bit.
I'm just gonna skip this.
Why do we have Effeminate King and not Robot King?
What?
Why do we not have Robot King?
Because we're in the king's, like, dream now.
Whatever. I want relatable depressed Robot King.
Well, the relatable depression is a really hard level right now, and I'm not doing so great, and I'm getting frustrated about it.
Okay. Authorities also built a temporary... Okay, so this is some shit. So, authorities built a temporary pipe to the San Juan Bay in order to bring seawater in to extinguish the fire. The fire was extinguished before it could be used.
Oh, great.
They made it and then they couldn't use it because the fire was already out.
It's like, oh, well, I mean, on one hand, yay for the fire. Like, on one hand, you're kind of disappointed that you on one hand, you're kind of disappointed that you didn't get to use the thing, but also, what kind of monster goes, damn it, the fire's out. Damn it, the danger's over.
So, firefighters used... Excuse me. See, I've been drinking water and that still happens. Fuck off. Firefighting foam was supplied from the nearby U.S. Virgin Islands to try and take care of it. And it was, again, on October 25th that the fire had been announced as extinguished. So it took a damn near 2 days to get rid of this fire.
I mean, by disastrous firefighting standards, that's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah, look at California.
Yeah.
I think it's...
Well, don't look directly at it. You'll hurt your eyes.
Don't. It'll burn your corneas.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of an asshole joke for us to be making, but oh well.
Who gives a shit?
I imagine Californians would.
You know what? They make more money than I do, so fuck off.
They also pay a lot more.
Yeah, they have a higher cost of living, but still, it's still a fact.
Like by the time it all like comes out of the wash, you're about breaking even with them.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a job right now, and I'm sad about it. So you know.
Fair enough. Does that look about the right size, or maybe a little bit bigger?
What are we doing?
We gotta get this thing to be about 20 centimeters, about the size of that circle in the corner.
Oh.
I'm not very good at
Either
guesstimating.
Neither am I.
I mean, that kind of looks good. About right.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, I think that's about right. We're gonna go with it. How much? What do we got? Rainbows! Alright, how much is it?
I guess you're right.
Just size the pleasure of precision. Oh, wait, did I actually get it the right size? Oh, hold, oh, no, okay, hang on. What is it?
22.
Well, not too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, King! Fuck you! I'm only off by 2 centimeters. Fuck you!
Listen, we live in a degenerate system of measuring things, okay?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, fuck this.
So, on the days after the explosion, over 60 agents from the FBI and also the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives were immediately sent to Puerto Rico to find out, yo, what the fuck happened?
I just came out and said, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah. ATF was like, yo. So...
What?
Yeah. It's been like 15 years since Waco. What can we do here?
Oh, great.
I'm kidding.
It's like, hey, we're here to fuck some shit up. Yeah. What's going on? Everybody's like, please leave. For the love of God, please leave.
Yeah. Yeah, like, they flew in a whole bunch of agents specifically from the U.S. mainland to come find
I don't give a fuck where they flew them in from. Like, ATF could, like, show up with fucking kitties and puppies and magical sensu beans, and the fire could still be raging behind me, and I'd still be like, please leave. I've got this under control. For the love of God, please leave.
Sounds like a plot from Sons of Anarchy when ATF was the bad guy, but okay.
You mean life?
Also, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
So the Caribbean Petroleum Corporation, the one that had the big boom boom, it supplied most of Puerto Rico's oil and gasoline, and it's marketed under the Gulf Oil brand, but only 10% of it was managed from this plant alone. So even though it helped supply all the oil and shit to the country, or the island of Puerto Rico, it only carried about 10% of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, like, where was the rest of it?
In different oil plants around.
Huh. But this was the main supplier.
This was...
Well, it was the main supplier to, Puerto Rico. Okay, you know what? That answers my question.
The point was, government officials said at the time that Puerto Rico had enough fuel and diesel to last for 24 days after the disaster. If they didn't, like, start up production again.
And then capitalism went, hey bitch, guess what you gonna do?
We didn't change the topic.
Oh.
I'll do it. I'll do it real quick.
No, we didn't change the topic. I'm not at my best today, I'll be honest, y'all. Probably why I'm failing at all of these goddamn Katamari today. Ugh.
There you go.
Thank you.
Kayla can't pronounce shit and Bird fails at Katamari.
That sounds about right.
So anyway.
Moving right along.
So, okay. Okay.
Okay.
The morning after the explosion, the police started investigating graffiti near the Minilas Tunnel in San Juan because there was graffiti with the message, boom, fire, R.I.P. Gulf.
What? It sounds like just some anti-war graffiti.
Exactly.
Like your standard
like
anti-war graffiti.
It sounds like stupid shit kids put on the walls.
Honestly, yeah.
The police took this seriously.
Of course they did.
They were like, "Oh, this is a clue. This was planned. This was an inside job, yo."
You just know there was one cop that was like, "Y'all, it's really not. This is just graffiti that kids." Shut the fuck up, Jim.
No, not the police. The FBI were the ones to say that it was not painted by anyone connected to this disaster.
It's like, y'all.
It's like with the Satanic Panic.
Great. Satanic Panic, but with graffiti. It always boils down to, like, teenagers not behaving the way that adults want them to behave.
You had grass on your face.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, on October 30th, 2009, about a week after the explosion, the director of the FBI in Puerto Rico, I'm not gonna try saying his name, fuck it, said that more than 240 investigators analyzed the explosion to find out what was going on. And they did not find any evidence that it was intentional.
Yeah, of course they didn't, because it was it was just some dumb shit, basically.
Yeah, they kept looking to see if negligence was involved, but it doesn't look like it.
So, did they ever, like, figure out what might have been involved?
It wasn't until the next month that the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board, not even the FBI or anything, were able to say, hey, there was a malfunctioning tank fuel gauge that led to the explosion.
The FBI said, there's not a brown kid with a clock in any of this, so we're just gonna go.
Yeah. The faulty equipment prevented workers from noticing that one of the tanks was overflowing until the fuel vapors ignited and came into contact with electrical equipment.
It's like, well, technically we noticed it. Like, you noticed it when it was too late, when it was literally exploding. Like,
I was about to say, they noticed enough to get their asses out of there into safety.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Fair.
I mean, I do the same thing. I'm not dying for a company.
No, absolutely. Oh, no. Do not do that.
There is no company on Earth that is worth dying for, except maybe the Heart Attack Grill.
I would probably die for the Heart Attack Grill. Just be like, whatever they're like, now, some people find this a little bit disturbing, but after you die, we're gonna keep your ashes and we're gonna put it on the tables of the people who eat there. And let me stop you right there. That's literally the only reason why I'm doing this.
I don't care.
Yeah, though, in fact, I am most looking forward to that over everything else.
You know what else you can look forward to?
What? Being
good at this game.
Yeah, I could look forward to that if I thought that was ever gonna happen. Yeah, Space noticed it.
Okay, so the aftermath.
I love how Sholiwiki brought up, October 13th. Oh my god, a cult!
October 30th.
30th. Oh my god, a cult! If it had been October Friday the 13th, I would legit have been like, oh my god! It's a cult
I think the FBI may have been more willing to believe someone had set it off if it was Friday the 13th in October.
At the very least, they'd pay enough attention long enough to be like, I'm getting the Satan stick!
Okay, so Rose...
Y'all gonna make me get the Satan stick again.
Okay, so Rose is saying, actually, there was negligence. They were not, Okay, so they knew one of the tanks was leaking, but they were too cheap to repair it.
Ah.
And this came from one of the workers that continued to tell his boss about that problem, and then no one bothered to look into it.
Oh, well then never mind, no signs of neglect, since that would imply that it would have been the bosses who'd be doing the neglect, and we can't have that.
This was in 2009. Whenever this bullshit
Bullshittery.
So the day after the explosion, a lawsuit was filed in the Federal District Court of San Juan against Caribbean Petroleum Corporation and their insurance company. The day after this happened, the fire was still burning.
I mean, I wouldn't really be wasting much time either, to be honest with you. Like, well, better get on this.
Yep. Yeah, on December 11, 2009, a third joint lawsuit was presented against Caribbean Petroleum Corporation by 1,000 defendants seeking $500 million in damages. Does anyone understand what that is whenever we make that sound?
I'm pretty sure they know what we're referencing.
I don't want to say it just in case. I'm like, let make sure they know. If they're cool enough, they'll know.
Don't gatekeep. Yeah, it's Austin Powers.
Yeah, it's Austin.
Yeah, see, our chat is cool. They know.
We have the coolest chat.
We do have the
Take
coolest.
that, Minx!
Take that, Doxy.
I don't want to
Which is funny because most of my chat is just overlap with their chat.
I was about to say. Bungie saying, I'ma just nibble my pinky, okay? We have to put our pinkies up when we do the noise.
Yeah, absolutely.
I used to do that all the time whenever I was a little kid.
Yeah, like, you were super into... By the way, y'all, if you want to have any fun, go ahead and give the Texas pro-life hotline bullshit abortion tip thing a call. Go ahead and give them a call. And
then immediately call... Why don't you just call your police department up in Arkansas after that?
Yeah, and give them a call too while you're at it. But it's very fun to just give them a call and just be like, hey, I want to report an abortion. Whose abortion is it? Mine. I'm going in there right
I'm going
now.
in, boss!
I'm going in right now and I'm gonna have an abortion. I'm gonna abort the fuck out of this. I'm gonna abort the fuck out of this clump of cells. It's like... And whenever they ask you for your name, respond with, my name is Ivana. Ivana Humpalot. And that's what got me into this mess in the first place. And I'm gonna keep getting pregnant and I'm gonna keep aborting it. I'm gonna keep scrambling fetus brains until my womb looks like Swiss cheese, motherfuckers. My uterus is about to start looking like a pulled pork sandwich.
Jesus Christ!
I really am getting very pissed off with the anti-choice motherfuckers. I told one over Twitter that I was gonna go out, get pregnant, and have an abortion, like just so I could abort the little shit, and then I was gonna send that person the clump of cells, and I was like, and then you can feed it, and you can rock it to sleep, and you can tell it bedtime stories and cuddle it for the next 18 fucking years, and then let me know how much it develops since it's a person. I was very annoyed that day. It's kind of my excuse for a lot of the things that I do, is just, well, I was very annoyed that day.
So in August 2010, Caribbean Petroleum Corporation filed for bankruptcy under Chapter 11. Yeah, I wonder why.
Was it because they were getting sued?
Yes, they cited debts of $500 million to $1 billion. Against assets of $100 million to $500 million, according to the filing. And this came after the company failed to comply with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency orders to clean the site of the explosion.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, we're not going to clean up our mess. Also, we're going to get bailed out by the government.
Yeah. Give me that government bailout, bitch. And then Obama went, okay.
Yeah, Caribbean Petroleum claimed their financial situation prevented them from doing the work of the cleanup. And EPA took over the cleaning process and they did it them damn selves.
Because it still had to be cleaned up.
It still had to be cleaned up.
Yeah. Like, no matter what else happened, it genuinely did have to get cleaned up, so...
Yeah. Oh, I only just now noticed the Teespring thing.
What?
Oh,
yeah, where I made a Teespring link.
Yeah.
We have merch now, everybody.
Most of it's of me.
Honestly, yeah.
Because let's face it, I'm the best thing here. I
True.
talk about my tits all the time, therefore, I'm good. Yeah. And I'm still complying with terms of service because I only talk about them. Alright, so that's the oil refinery fire. What did we learn?
I don't really know. We just veered so off track so many times. I'm kind of like just not even sure if there really was anything that happened here today.
I don't know. I don't know either.
Yeah, like
I don't know. Bird's bad at this level.
Yeah, we have definitely learned that Bird is really bad at this level. This level is really hard, though. Like, my god. I thought this was supposed to be a relaxing game. What the fuck?
Maybe you just need to not look so much at the goals and just go with the flow.
Yeah, the journey, not the destination and all that shit.
Also, hi, Reaper.
Hi, Reaper!
What have we learned? Capitalists lie.
That sounds about right.
I thought we already knew that. It doesn't seem like much of a lesson.
I mean, it's kind of still a lesson. It's a lesson for somebody, and I think that's what truly matters.
Someone else we can get into the communist agenda?
Exactly. Seize the means of production, comrades.
Okay. So, Chalk's Ocean Airways Flight 101.
Is this another fucking Boeing? Because I swear to Jesus
no.
If it is. Wow.
It's a seaplane.
Oh, even better. Are seaplanes still a thing? I know they're still a thing in Alaska. But, like, outside of Alaska, are seaplanes still a thing?
Not really.
Huh. Am I about to find out why?
Maybe.
Oh, lovely.
Because, this flight, this, thing that ended up killing everyone on board, this was in 2005.
Oh, so this is a super recent event.
Yep.
Fun.
Yep.
Fun. Enjoy. Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. So, let me give you a little bit of, background on this. So, the aircraft that was involved in the accident had been built in 1947.
Oh, great! I feel like at a certain amount of years, you should just go ahead and just decommission, you know?
Nah, so reliable. It's fine. We can fly a plane 50 years after it's been built.
Yeah, that'll be fine. That won't hurt nothing.
Yeah, it's fine.
What's everybody so worried about?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But it's broke!
It's... Hush.
It's like, I don't feel like that applies here because the thing very much is broke.
So it was built in 1947 and only 60 of them were made.
Oh, great. We're just racking it up here.
So the manufacturer Grumman ceased production of the aircraft in 1951, 4 years after it was made.
They ceased production of something in the 1950s? That's bad.
Yeah, because it means, since they ceased production, operators had no source of new spare parts.
Yeah, so anything that you get, you gotta cannibalize from other old shit.
Yep.
Implying that that shit's gonna be old as well.
And possibly broken.
Yeah. Oh, possibly nothing. It is definitely broken. Fuck! I was so close.
I know.
If it ain't broke, we'll get there. Exactly right, Kudo. It's such a grandpa's truck. It's a fucking airplane.
No, our grandpa's truck fell apart too.
It did, yeah.
Bumper falling off in the middle of the road.
It was very, very funny.
Right after
it made me
he
laugh very hard.
The hood, saying this is a good old reliable car you can have when you're 16. Thump.
Yeah, we were driving around in a 30-year-old Ford pickup. It was a green Ford pickup. I'll never forget it. And I was saying that I would actually like to not drive a car that is like we've been talking about a car for me because I was getting to that age where, you know, kids need cars, and I was and like my papa was like, oh, we'll just let you drive this one. I was like, no, I would rather not drive something that is literally 3 times as old as I am. And he said, no, he's like driving along, and he said, we're driving on the highway. He said, no, this is he reaches over, pats the dash, slaps the dashboard, and says, no, this is a good old reliable car. Pat, and then thump! The back bumper fell off in the middle of the highway.
It's a good thing that the guy behind us wasn't, like, riding our ass, and he actually stopped to help.
Yeah, he was nice enough. He stopped and helped put it on the back of the truck, and I could not stop laughing.
Me too.
It was a good thing he was there to help, because I was no help at all. I was just, like,
you were a 12-year-old shitlord.
It was too fucking funny. I just, my god, it was hilarious.
Yeah. So, speaking of cannibalizing, Chalk's Ocean Airways, the airline that...
What a segue.
Flew
Sorry.
this,
Wow.
they had to resort to acquiring several unairworthy mallards, a different type of seaplane, to cannibalize for spare parts.
Mallard is a type of duck. That's why they called Dr. Mallard in NCIS. That's why they called him Ducky.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but I just wanted to make sure everybody else knew that.
No one watches NCIS and then watches this stream.
I mean, they've probably seen it at some point. NCIS was like a really big thing for a while.
Yeah,
so.
I remember. I used to watch it.
Yeah, so, you know. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Chad. Chad jumping in here like, I watch it. Thank you, Chad.
You know what? I apologize. And I'm fucked up. I fucked up for assuming, and that's on me.
It's okay. We forgive you. Anyway.
So in addition, the sort of aircraft used for Chalk's airway operations, a passenger-carrying flying boat kind of aircraft.
Great.
Those are great.
The second they say flying boat, I'm immediately just like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah. Is a type no longer manufactured by any aircraft company. So the option of replacing the aging Mallard fleet with newer designs wasn't available. They had to stick with the ones manufactured in the 50s.
Or they could just be like, and here's an idea, we could, like, make something new.
Nope. Flying boats. Flying boats. At the time of the accident aircraft was 58 years old and had more than 31,000 flying hours.
Great.
And it had completed a total of over 40,000 takeoff and landing cycles.
Oh my god, this thing was old.
Is it a crashing boat or a sinking plane? Yes.
Yes.
When certified in 1944, the Mallard design was required to satisfy a static strength analysis. However, no fatigue requirement was yet in force. So, what that means is, with no satisfactory fatigue analysis method developed at the time, it only had to pass that initial inspection. They didn't have to check and see if the strength of the plane was, like, being slowly fatigued down over 60-something years.
Because why would you want to check that?
Yeah.
It's not like there's any, like, safety concerns or anything like that, you know?
Yeah. The Mallard, therefore, had not been designed with any safe life figure. Are you having fun?
No, I'm kind of not. This level is seriously pissing me off now. At this point, I think people are just fascinated by how many times I'm failing at this.
Yeah. By the way, a safe life figure is basically old school term for, planned obsolescence.
Okay. Like how, how Apple makes their iPhones with the plan of them being obsolete in, like, 30 seconds.
Yeah. So, because the Mallard wasn't designed with any kind of time limit of how long it should fly and still be safe, unlike most civil transportation aircraft today, which have a designed fatigue life of about 65,000 to 70,000 hours, or about 20 years. 20 years is about the limit for how long we can fly a plane before we're like, no, that's too dangerous.
Oh. 20, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
This thing was damn near 60.
Yeah, but, 20 is like, I mean, I guess you gotta get your money's worth out of it. I feel like I don't really have that much... Okay, to be fair, context for everybody, I literally went to Walmart last night to buy duct tape up my shoes because I'm going to continue wearing them because I really like these shoes and they have holes in them, and so I need to, like, do something about it, so I'm gonna slap duct tape on them and then continue wearing them until they fall apart again. But, that being said, my shoes are not fucking...
Transporting 6 people across an ocean.
Exactly. It's not a fucking airplane, basically.
See, you use duct tape to fix the old things that you have. I get things that I end up not needing, but still find a way to use them.
Yeah.
That's our own... That's Southern cannibalism right there.
It's redneck ingenuity.
Yeah. Well, yours is redneck ingenuity because it uses duct tape.
Yeah, but, like...
Mine is being too stubborn to go deal with a return product line.
Yeah, that's just redneck stubbornness. Well, I feel like it's all kind of an offshoot of redneck stubbornness now that I think about it.
I was about to say, that just sounds like stubbornness.
It's a family trait.
It is. I want to deal with this myself, only I can fix it, and I'm not going to anyone else for help.
Yeah.
If you can't fix it with duct tape, you aren't using enough. Didn't you duct tape one of your hats to keep...
Yes, I did. I did. I had a hat that I really, really loved, and I would duct tape the shit out of that thing to keep it alive.
You had your theater pants that you had for, what, 6, 7 years?
Mm-hmm. They finally gave out.
After you had Grandma so many things back together on
We did sew a lot of stuff back together on that.
What, did Grandma refuse and just be like, no, we're getting you new pants?
No, it was more like I kind of realized that it had genuinely just reached a point where there was no salvaging them.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
We had kids come to Spirit Week in high school in suits made of duct tape. Oh, honey. That's play stuff. I've had kids show up. I had kids show up to school before wearing different color duct tape. Cause
rainbow duct tape. Yeah, I remember those.
Well, see, we had to use all different kinds of duct tape because they were getting on us about having holes in our jeans. Mm-hmm. Even though it's the fucking South, everyone has holes in their jeans. From
I know,
working.
like, yeah, we work in those jeans.
Even the girls that you think aren't doing anything, no, they're doing something in those jeans. Those holes came naturally. Mm-hmm. But they didn't want us to have any holes in our jeans. So all the teachers had duct tape.
Yep.
They had the gray, silver, boring ass duct tape, and the best part is they would put it straight on the kid's skin.
Yeah.
So to preemptively...
Because God forbid we show literally, like, a bit of our calf.
Yeah, so to preemptively take care of it, there are, like, groups of girls or guys who would, like, carry specific duct tape, like camo duct tape or rainbow duct tape or stuff. Mm-hmm. And if the teacher started to, like, get onto them about it, mainly in the hallway, they would just pull out their own duct tape and just be like, I'll do it.
Yeah, I got it.
I'll say, look, you finally passed the level.
I did, yeah. Thank God.
There you go.
You should make it bigger. What does it look like I'm doing?
No holes in jeans. Well, okay. Sews legs shut.
Basically, yeah.
I only had duct tape put on my jeans one time. You know why it was only one time?
Why?
Because I had to peel off that duct tape later.
Yeah, they just, like, slap it over the top
and
of
it was
your
on
jeans.
my thigh.
So, yeah, so it would get onto your skin. The way that you need to do it is you need to put one patch of duct tape on the inside.
Yep.
And then bring the other patch on the outside so that way, number one, it's a firmer grip for the duct tape, but also it's not on your skin.
That hurt.
It does, yeah.
Pulling it off.
Yeah.
But teachers started using, like, little sticky notes or whatever. They put that on the hole and then they duct tape it over. And you know why they had the sticky notes?
Why?
Because it was getting to summer and all the girls were like, I need to wear something that doesn't have sleeves. It's too hot. And they had the sticky notes out so they can measure how big your sleeveless shirts were.
But we can't enforce a mask mandate in schools!
Yeah.
We can't do that! We can't do that, everybody!
But I was told to go to the Lost and Found and grab a jacket because I was wearing not even a tank top, just a shirt that didn't have sleeves, like this. Mm-hmm. It was too thin. Too small.
Yeah.
Showed too much skin.
Yeah, obligatory safety tip on duct tape. Please do not use it for y'all. Okay, like, obligatory safety tip for binding, because I talk about it a lot. If you genuinely cannot get access to a binder, which there are many fantastic websites with affordable binders, but if you genuinely cannot get access to one, then your worst case scenario should be, like, multiple sports bras.
Yeah.
Do not use duct tape. Do not use packing tape. Do not use ace bandages. Don't use any of that. If you are gonna tape, because some people tape for drag king shows, I taped up for my drag king show, then use athletic or KT tape, and do not rip it directly off. You will lose a nipple. So stand in the bathtub and drench it with rubbing alcohol. Drench it with rubbing alcohol. It'll break down the binding of the tape, and then just stand there for like 30 minutes and let it do its job, and it'll start peeling right off. You won't even have to do anything. It'll peel right off. Do not get impatient. It's a long process.
You know, I wish I had known that whenever I had duct tape on my bare thigh.
Yep.
But no, I just grabbed the end of it and just rip.
Yep, which is not a good idea.
And I ruined those jeans.
Yep.
And Mom got mad.
Did she get mad at you, or did she get mad at
No, she got mad at the teacher.
Okay, good. 'Cause, like,
no, Mom got mad at the teacher.
I feel like Mom was reasonable enough. She would have gotten mad at the teacher.
Yeah, I walked into the house with this big patch of gray duct tape on my leg, and she's like, what the hell is that? And I said, hold on a second. Rip!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mom got real mad at the teacher.
Yeah, didn't you, like, go and yell at them or something?
Yes.
Mom was never like, you know, whenever we talk about our parents were never, like, overbearing helicopter parents or anything like that. But Mom especially was one that if somebody was pulling some funky shit in school, she would, like, 100% march down there and start yelling at people.
Yeah.
Like, she was not afraid to do that. Dad would be a little bit more, okay, like, if Dad got called in, it was a little more, okay, are we... I remember when he got called in, because you kept meowing in class. Yeah. That was so fucking funny. Alright. You know,
and I still don't remember ever watching that movie.
Super Troopers? Oh, you fucking love
I don't
Super
remember
Troopers.
ever... I remember watching Austin Powers on a loop, but I never remember watching Super Troopers.
I think maybe we just showed you, like, that one clip of it.
Probably.
It's probably what happened. Okay, so there's a bit in Super Troopers, everybody. There's a scene where they're playing a game called Cat Game, and the idea is to see if whenever they do the traffic stop, if the person playing can say meow at least 10 times. Like, it was, the last record had been 9, and the other guy was like, but I'm thinking you could do 10. And he's like, okay. He's, like, starting right meow. Like, so, you know, you gotta find ways to work meow into the, into the words. And so, like, it was every time you said now, you'd say meow. And so, you know, he'd just be like, all right, meow. Meow, I'm gonna need to see your license and registration. Hurry up, meow. And like, the driver would be getting really confused. And so, Kayla thought that was really, really funny. And, she would start saying it in class. Again, not really, just anytime she needed to say now, she would go meow.
Yeah.
Which is a very minor thing. But you know how some teachers, I think were you in, like, elementary school or middle school whenever this happened?
I think it was in elementary school because I think it was right before my first elementary school closed down.
Okay, so like, you know, some teachers, they just, like, any little bit of power, holy fuck, they are just riding it to the end. So Kayla's teacher is just like,
yes.
like, I mean, just like, you would think that Kayla is, like, actively cussing her out and insinuating that her mother is a whore. Like, you would think that that is what she's doing. That's the way that this teacher is reacting. So she goes to the principal's office, and, like, teacher's like, it disrupts the class, and it's disrespectful. All she is doing is saying, I'll
meow.
help you out, meow. Like, anytime she needs to say now, she's just saying meow instead. That's all that's going on. That's the only thing happening. And so this is the thing. You get to take it to the principal's office. This warrants a phone call to your parents.
Yep.
And who should be on the other line when that phone gets called but Dad? Who is the biggest fucking troll of this entire goddamn family.
Yes.
So Dad comes in, and he has the whole thing explained to him. And he's just, like, sitting there staring at the principal with this, you know the look that you get, everybody? You know whenever you're trying really, really hard not to smile, because you know that if you start smiling, you're gonna start laughing, and this is not a situation where you need to laugh. So, like, you start, like, doing the Zoolander duck lips almost, like you're just pursing your lips to prevent yourself from smiling, because, you know, if you do, it's all downhill from there. That's where Dad is. He's just like, and him and the principal, because the principal doesn't give a shit. The principal thinks this is really fucking stupid.
I'm a straight A student aside from this. I'm perfect. I'm a golden child.
Yeah, a completely well-behaved kid getting pulled in, and the principal is like, this is some bullshit.
This is a waste of my time.
Blue Steel, sorry. I said Zoolander, yeah. Okay, anyway, it's from the movie Zoolander. Anyway, so like, Dad and the principal are just, like, staring at each other across the desk. Dad, like, retells this story with some incredible veracity. I get my storytelling skills from him.
Yeah.
He retells the story. They are staring at each other across the desk. They are just, like, pursed lips at each other. It's almost like they're making kissy faces at each other, because that's just, like, because, like,
I can't laugh,
they're just trying really hard not to laugh, and this teacher is just going on about how it's disrespectful and blah 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 blah, and those two are trying really hard not to laugh.
And I think I'm just sitting over to the side.
Yeah, and Kayla's just
like,
there.
I don't know what's going on.
Kayla's just there, just not understanding why this is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so, like, the principal's like, okay, well, I'm sure that Kayla did not mean to be disrespectful towards you, and I'm sure that she is very sorry about that and will not be behaving like that anymore. And so Dad, like, kind of steps in to take over. He's
because you gotta have the parent.
You gotta have the parent. Parents gotta reinforce. Okay, don't do that. And so he just goes, okay, Kayla, I know that seems funny, but whenever someone says they don't like something, you need to stop doing it. So we need to not be doing. Yeah, I know, right? It's very hypocritical coming from him.
Yeah,
like, so we need to not be doing this in class. Do you understand? And Kayla just straight faced with just the picture of innocence goes, okay, I promise, Dad, from meow on. And that broke the principal. The principal cracks. And just lowers his head on the desk and just starts laughing.
And the teacher's yelling, say!
Teacher's like, say! You see what I mean? And the principal has reached that level of laughter. Whenever you're laughing so hard, you have no more sound. You cannot make any sound anymore. Your head is just down, and your shoulders, Kayla's in it right now, your shoulders are just, like, going crazy.
Yeah.
That is where the principal is. Dad pretty much falls out of his seat. He's laughing so hard, tears rolling down his face.
I think they sent me home the rest of the day after that.
They did, because the teacher is about to just have a damn aneurysm. Her face is red. Like, she's got whenever some people get so mad that a vein starts pulsing in their forehead, that is where she is at. And so, like, in the interest of preventing her from having a literal fucking stroke, they sent Kayla home for the rest of the day.
And I think Dad got me ice cream.
Yeah.
He got me something after that, because he was so proud.
I think he took you to McDonald's afterwards.
And I didn't understand.
Yeah, that was great. You always do your best trolling when you don't realize that you're fucking with somebody.
Yeah.
You always do your best trolling when you don't realize why somebody's upset. That's like whenever you hit your peak, is in those moments.
I was great as a kid. I was the best troll as a kid, because it's the same thing. I was an honors kid. I did everything good. I was quiet otherwise. I didn't cause a ruckus in class. And then I would just bullshit like that.
Just do something silly like that.
And I wouldn't fully understand, like, why everyone's getting so mad about it.
I got sent to the principal one time because I got bored with all of my assignments. And I'm left-handed, y'all, so I started writing in mirror image, the way that Leonardo da Vinci would write his notes. I had no idea. I was in elementary school, I had no idea who the fuck Leonardo da Vinci even was. So I didn't know that he did that. I just started doing it because I was bored and I was left-handed, and I wanted to write like all the right-handed kids without the lead from the pencil getting all over my hand.
Yeah, that's a trouble.
Yeah, so
I hate it.
Yeah. Kayla is not left-handed. She just writes like a left-handed person.
Because Bird taught me how to write.
Yeah. So I would I started writing my assignments that way because I was bored. Like, I really want to emphasize that. There was no maliciousness or trying to show off. I was fucking bored. I was so bored with my assignments. Everything was just like, it was too easy for me, to be honest with you.
I think we've both been in trouble from teachers because we went ahead on assignments because we got bored. Mm-hmm. We were that annoying, kid.
Yeah, we just got bored. So we'd do the assignment.
We'd always finish our exams early, finish the assignment early, and then we'd just be sitting there.
Yeah. I started, like, one time on my exams, whenever I finished my exams, I, like, took my... They would always make you have a blank sheet of paper that was your quote-unquote cover sheet.
Yes, that was the best. I always drew on it.
Well, I started ripping them into, like, small squares and folding them into origami swans. And I started doing that. And I got in trouble for that. Like, that was disruptive, apparently. I had finished the exam fucking 30 minutes before everybody else was. I was fucking bored. And they wouldn't let me bring a book. That pissed me off so much. They would, like, they'd have to constantly tell me not to bring a book to something.
Oh, God,
and now people
yes.
wonder why I don't read so much. I was constantly told, stop bringing books to everything.
They went a little bit lax on the rules for me, especially after I changed elementary schools. Mm-hmm. And they allowed us to bring books. And I read the entire Harry Potter series after exams because I was just like, I'm so bored.
Yeah, I'm just like bored.
But you can't get up, you can't go to the play area, you can't even get up to go to the bathroom, you gotta sit there and you gotta be quiet, even though your exam's been done for like 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah, you just sit there. You know, if I, like, actually was a trollish kid, because I genuinely wasn't. Like, as a kid, I was just, like, straight as an arrow, you know,
It's the only thing straight about
it's the only thing straight about me. But, like, I just didn't really fuck with people. I was always just very honest and upright about everything. Like, you know, I wasn't really a person who, like, aggravated people. That just wasn't my thing whenever I was a kid. But if I was one of those people, then, in hindsight, whenever I finished my exams earlier and they weren't allowing me to do literally anything, I would have just sat there and just unflinchingly stared at the proctor. Just unflinchingly stare and occasionally just smile a little bit. You know?
Yeah, so during normal tests, they'd let me have, like, a little book, or they'd give me a scrap sheet of paper that I can draw on or write on. But during those, like, you know, not SATs, the stupid-ass exams that don't actually do anything.
The SAEs, the stupid-ass exams.
Yeah, stupid-ass exams. And especially the one they made me take to test my IQ and see if I could be in the honors program. Again, I finished it early. And I started to, like, try drawing something on the scrap sheet of paper, and the proctor's like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, what can I do? He's like, well, you can go to sleep. And I just laid my head down and went straight to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't draw on a piece of paper, but if I start snoring, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. Which, like... Yeah.
So anyway. In addition to the Mallard being, like, 50-ish years old, no spare parts or anything, there was no authorized repair manual for it either.
Well, I mean, it's
no
not like you need
repair
that.
manual, no spare parts, no set line for whenever the airplane should be retired for safety reasons, none of that.
Yay.
Yeah, so responsibility for authorizing repair techniques had been acquired by an outside company after Grumman discontinued support for the time. Another company was telling people how to try and fix their planes.
I'm just thrown by the fact that there were no manuals or anything. I'm just sitting here like, bro, I need a fucking manual to put goddamn furniture together.
Yeah, no.
Like, I've got to fix Grandma's toilet after this. And all I gotta do is just replace,
valve?
Yeah, I just need to replace the fill valve. But I've done that, like, literally a million times, and I'm still going to look at the instructions just in case, because I'm very particular about, you know, make sure that you look at all the instructions on things, because, you know,
I mean,
even when you've done something a million times, it doesn't hurt to have the instructions on hand.
I mean, yesterday, whenever I was leaving, I had to stop by an AutoZone to get one of those Freon can things that you can use in your car whenever your air conditioning's not putting out cold air.
Yeah.
I looked at the can, I read every single bit of the instructions, and at the same time, I also pulled out my phone and pulled out a YouTube video specifically for my car and how to replace and refill the coolant in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I will, like, triple check something before I do it because I'm so obsessive about not fucking it up.
Imagine if we have to deal with IKEA furniture.
I've actually put IKEA furniture together. I don't recommend it.
I've never done that.
There are no words on the instruction manuals. It's just images.
Well, I mean, I went by the images.
All the words are in Swedish.
I went by the images when putting together the furniture I got from Walmart, and I was fine.
Yeah, but, like, I didn't like it.
Okay. Okay. Also, there were some concerns by the pilot before the plane left.
Oh, great.
So, as a result of a number of incidents involving different aircrafts for Chalk Airways, concern had risen among the pilots about the state of repair for the aircrafts. You know, the aircrafts that don't have an instruction manual, that don't have any new and replacement parts. You know. Fine.
Yeah, no, everything's fine.
The pilots had experienced a number of engine failures, and in one incident, an elevator control cable snapped in flight, though fortunately the pilot was able to land the aircraft safely.
That would be my last day flying that thing. I'd be like, nope.
Yeah, I'd be throwing the keys at whoever was there on the tarmac and just be like, yours now, buddy.
Yeah, it's yours now.
Yeah, this led to several of the pilots for this airline reconsidering their position in the company.
Good God.
And one, having suffered 2 engine failures during his period there, resigned his position over what he perceived as a persistent maintenance issue with the fleet of planes.
Fair point.
It took him 2 engine failures to quit, though.
I mean, I guess... I don't know. I guess maybe he figured, well, if I tell them there was an engine failure, surely they will fix it.
And then he has engine failure number 2, and it's like,
oh shit!
fuck this, I'm out.
It was like, wow, I 100% tempted fate.
Yep.
I'm not gonna do that again.
Also, thank you, Bungie. I actually didn't know what the elevator cable was. So Bungie says, an elevator panel is what lets the plane go up pretty much and roll and, you know, have controlled flight.
Oh.
So that cable snapped.
Wow. Which is, like, very much a thing you never ever want happening.
I think... I assume it was one of the problems in the first Final Destination movie that led to the explosion, so I mean, yeah.
Possibly.
I don't know what happened. So, after this accident that I'm gonna describe, all remaining mallards in the airline fleet were grounded. And they were all discovered to be suffering from the same problem that caused this disaster. So...
Great.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, at least we know it's a consistent problem, am I right?
So the accident itself.
Oh boy, here we go.
On December 19th, 2005, Chalk's Ocean Airways Flight 101 left from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, heading to Bimini, Bahamas, and it barely made it off of the ground, hovering over Miami Beach, before it immediately nosedived and went down.
Oh, great! So we didn't even get a brief moment of pretending everything was fine.
Witnesses saw white smoke billowing from the aircraft before the right wing ripped off and the aircraft yeeted itself into the ocean.
Wow, the plane literally just went, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yep. I'm 50 years old, I'm too old for this shit.
Wow.
I mean, that's basically what it did. Yeah, it sank in the government-cut channel, a waterway that connects the ports of Miami with the Atlantic Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And it was closed to shipping vessels, because that's what its main use was for. It was closed until 6:30 p.m. The next day. And that actually ended up stranding at least 3 cruise ships. It's the Suez Canal before it was cool.
Oh, God.
Jordan's asking, is their slogan, you might as well use a catapult, it's safer? It should have been.
Yep.
Plane went cannonball! So again, this plane was 58 years old. 58. And the pilot and first officer. The captain was Michelle Marks, and the first officer was Paul DeSantis. And they each had, like, over 2,000 hours under their belt flying. So, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And then they both died.
Great.
Yeah, everyone in this plane died, by the way. 18 passengers, 2 crew, all of them dead.
Yay.
Yeah,
Ocean Airways, you're better off with an actual mallard.
You gotta pull a Jack Sparrow, you gotta get your boots, find 2 sea turtles, and a little bit of rope.
Oh, it's the queen.
You always look surprised. Oh!
No!
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot this was the plot.
I forgot there was a plot.
I did. Me.
Yep. I'm just gonna sleep through everything. That bitch out here doing big old shopping sprees at me while he's still in a coma.
I mean, when your sugar daddy leaves you the card, and you know the PIN number to it,
yeah,
he can't say no.
That's true. That's very true.
So, on December 22nd, 2005, the National Transportation Safety Board, God, I can look, it only has the initials NTSB, but I automatically knew what it was talking about. I have done too many of these disaster casts.
I feel like it just means you're hitting your stride.
The National Transportation Safety Board issued a press release that included pictures showing the metal fatigue on the wing that broke off. There's a picture of it in the Wikipedia article, and it looks like someone showing off the fish that they pulled out of the ocean at a tournament. Like, look at this big guy!
God. Swear it was this. I swear I think I saw another one that was even bigger. Crackers. I take offense to that. You see, I've spent all my time building stars and paid little attention to the Earth. So now, the blue planet is dry and crunchy. Just like a box of old soda crackers. Sigh, I can't even fix things right. Maybe you can help, little one. Go find some water and give this parched planet a good soaking. Get it all wet? Okay, I can do that.
I knew that was coming.
Well, I just didn't want to disappoint you.
So the discovery of the metal fatigue in the wing led to Chalk's Ocean Airways voluntarily grounding the rest of their fleet for further inspection.
Okay.
Because, you know, the rest of their fleet's also like 50 to 60 years old. Yeah. And, you know, don't have instruction manuals, and they got cannibalized parts. But, you know, shit's happening.
Yeah. Things are kind of occurring.
This looks like a more fun level.
Well, it depends.
Okay.
We'll just see.
So, on May 30th, 2007, 2 years after this incident, Reuters reported that the National Transportation Safety Board asserted Chalk Ocean Airways failed to identify and properly repair fatigue cracks on the 1947 Grumman Turbo Mallard. The plane lost its right wing a few minutes after takeoff for the Bahamas at 500 feet and plunged into the shipping channel adjacent to the port of Miami on December 19th, 2005. So, they're just like, this thing barely got off the ground and the right wing broke off.
Great. It's fun. You know, this kind of reminds me of Power Washing Simulator, but everything reminds me of Power Washing Simulator right now.
I was about to say, you've been playing it nonstop.
I have been, actually. Where's the thing? There it is. Okay. I'm gonna go back. Gotta go back.
Okay.
I gotta refill it.
So the safety board, in its final report of the probable cause of the crash, noticed they basically said, hey, there's a whole bunch of maintenance-related problems on this, you know, discontinued aircraft. As well as other aircrafts owned by the same company. They were just like, hey, shit's broken all around on this one.
It's fucking chaos down here, Tom.
Yeah, the signs of, quote, the signs of structural problems were there but not addressed. So they knew shit was happening, but they did nothing about it, basically.
Yay! That sounds about right.
Yep. So the safety board also said that the Federal Aviation Administration failed to detect and correct the airline's maintenance problems, and basically everyone was kind of blamed all around. Like, why are you flying these 50-year-old planes? Why are you allowing them to fly these 50-year-old planes?
Yeah.
What else did you expect was gonna happen?
It's like can you explain the gap in your resume? Can you explain the gap in my resume?
Damn, got told. Yeah, Chalk made no comment on the safety board's finding.
Of course they did. Of course they didn't. Like,
Yeah, the Federal Aviation Administration said it had no indication that the airline's maintenance program was in question. Like, we didn't know anything was going on with this, and I'm just sitting here like, you're at the Federal Aviation Administration? Surely you can do a quick search into your database and be like, oh, these planes
Google,
that they're
hey,
flying,
what the fuck's going on there?
These planes that they're flying have no maintenance, you know, manuals or parts that can replace anything.
Oh yeah, no. They are just 100% foisting the blame off on the company.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, granted, fair.
Yeah. The FAA basically said, like, hey, our regulations are crystal clear on what we expect. And the primary responsibility of the airworthiness of the fleet falls on the company. And that includes making appropriate structural repairs or replacing out-of-date planes.
Huh? I mean,
like, they're not exactly wrong, but no one is right.
It's like you're technically correct, but also fuck you.
It's like you're technically not wrong, but no one's really right in this situation.
Yeah. You are technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
So, they kind of figured out that the most likely cause of what happened was fatigue on the right wing, initiated by a large crack that was in the stringer close to the wing root.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a crack right near where the wing connected with the plane.
Mm-hmm.
But they couldn't access to it. They couldn't fix it. So
they wouldn't even know how to fix it. There's no manuals.
Let me explain.
Oh, okay.
So this Mallard plane type was designed with something called a wet wing.
Okay.
Which means that the fuel tanks, instead of being a separate thing connected to the wing, they are constructed in sealed off portions inside the wing itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, it eliminates the additional weight of, like, fuel tanks and allows them to get more fuel inside the wings, depending on how big they are. But all of the joints around the tank seams have to absolutely 100% be sealed to ensure that the tank is fuel tight. Otherwise, water can get in there, or fuel can get out.
Yeah, you probably want your fuel tank to be fuel tight.
Yeah. Yeah, the normal flexing of a wing on a plane in flight has a tendency to open seams over an extended period of time. And open seams on a wing that has the fuel tank built inside the goddamn thing.
It's probably not a good thing.
It's not. It's not. Yeah, Grumman, the company that made this thing, they had issued warnings as early as 1963 about fuel tanks from the Mallard's wings being indicative of possible structural problems.
Like, we appreciate your loyalty, we love that for you, and we support your journey, but also, please stop.
Yeah, it's like, they knew for over 40 years that fuel leaks mean, hey, the wing's kind of fucked, we need to fix it immediately. Nah.
Malfunctions. All this star making is driving me crazy. I fear my processors are starting to short. Error, error, PC load letter. This is it. This is the end for me.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
Go on, Tyrone. Go on and save yourself.
Who's Tyrone?
I don't fucking know. What's that? You don't know Tyrone? He's my invisible friend. Only I can see him.
Honey, what medication are you
He's
on?
going to judge your Katamari rolling skills. So I'd get to it if I were you. Okay. I just got a very strong Major Pain vibe. Just like, Bubba come crawling out the back door. Both legs missing. He looked up at me. He said, "Pain. I can't feel my legs." I said, "Bubba, you ain't got no legs." And then little nose was just a kicking real fast. Your leg is right here. And I said, "Bubba, it's 34 miles to the nearest town. Unless you can flip upside down and walk on your ears, you ain't gonna make it." And then all of a sudden, Charlie was everywhere. It was just me and my sidearm. And so I knew I had no alternative but to blast my way out. Ah! Die, Biggs, die! You'll never take Vincent Winifred Payne alive! Blam, blam! I saw what you did to my friend! Blam, 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 blam! I'm done.
I mean, I was gonna let you keep going.
Well, that's the end of the story, so...
Oh, I can watch it for free on Prime Video or Netflix.
Major Pain, yeah, is very fun.
Probably gonna watch that today now.
To be continued. When I get back, I'll tell you what Bubba uses as a penis now.
Jeez.
I mean, I can do a... Howdy, folks. I'm Android 13. Look at my trucker hat. Now to hit you with my patented TH Blast!
Oh yeah, you need to update Moobot.
Oh, I do, yeah. Does the TH stand for trucker hat? Yes! That was on my first guess!
Okay, so Bird,
Yes.
to get some semblance back on track,
Okay.
you know what Fix-A-Flat is.
Yes, I'm quite familiar with Fix-A-Flat, even though I can't pronounce it.
Explain to the chat what Fix-A-Flat is.
So Fix-A-Flat is essentially this foaming material that goes into your tire. It's basically, so let's say that your tire gets like a small puncture, like you run over a nail or something like that, and you really don't want to, like, you don't want to spend the money on a new tire right now, but, you know, you obviously can't just let the air leak out of your tire. You use Fix-A-Flat to kind of fill it up and sort of, and it can also work as like a patch. It's essentially, it's really more designed for very small punctures like that, and it's really not meant to be a replacement for getting a new tire. You should still plan to get a new tire, but the Fix-A-Flat will at least keep you going without any issues for a little while longer.
Okay, thank you. So, apparently this airline had something similar to Fix-A-Flat.
Okay.
So, this aircraft that was in the accident killed 20 people. Over a period of several months, suffered from repeated fuel leaks from both wings that have been remedied by, it says the repairman operator, but I'm just like, okay, so the guy that they had coming in on a Tuesday to take a look at their planes and
say, well, I don't know how you expect me to fix this.
Yeah, so what he did was he applied a sealant to the inside seams of the fuel tank.
He literally put fucking Fix-A-Flat in it.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Wow.
In applying the sealant inside the right wing tank, The operator inadvertently applied the material over a damaged lower stringer in such a way that it concealed the fatigue crack.
Oh my god. Again, I stress to you all, Fix-A-Flat is a temporary emergency measure. It's literally, like, its whole design is, you have a small puncture on the highway, you gotta do something to help get your car to the nearest, mechanic.
So, God help them, they tried to fix it.
Did they though?
Actually.
Oh, okay.
So, the crack had been discovered during a previous maintenance, and an attempt was made to repair the crack by grinding it out, which is apparently a common thing to do.
Yeah, grinding it out in order to fix the cracks in your relationship is a very common thing among the gays as well.
So in applying the sealant,
just like, we're just gonna sidestep that
the
whole
operator was required to access the inside of the fuel tank using small, removable inspection hatches on the top surface of the wing.
Okay. But...
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, but...
Doing this led to very poor visibility and awkward conditions for working inside the tank.
Yeah?
You're basically, like, attaching a screwdriver to a pipe cleaner and wiggling your way in there to try and fix something at this point.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. It's not really a good way to fix things.
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
Great.
The sealant concealed the previous repair to the stringer and made subsequent checking for further damage to this component, i.e. if the crack happened to grow, it made that completely impossible.
Oh, great. So he basically caulked it to where you couldn't see if it got any worse.
Yes.
Great.
Your PlayStation going yum.
It is, yeah. My PlayStation's about to take off. It'll probably have a more successful flight.
I mean, it might get farther. Yeah, so the first outward sign of possible significant problems with this aircraft was when a chordwise crack was noticed in the skin of the lower surface of the right wing at the root. There was another crack there. And after several failed attempts at stopping the crack by, drilling stop holes, the crack was repeatedly repaired by affixing doublers, which are metal patches intended to take over the load from the damaged part, which is very normal for minor repair damages. So, trying to affix a metal piece on there to take the load that's making the crack happen.
Okay. But little did they know the load was too much to take. This was a load of which they had never witnessed before. It is a load so big and so excessive that even that one mall with all the Build-A-Bears thinks, yo, dude, you need to calm it down a little bit. Kayla was, like, watching me warily, like, where are you going with this?
The crack continued to grow, required longer and longer doublers to be fitted to it. And it eventually got to the point where it's like, no doubler is going to be able to fix this.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, no doubler is going to fix this and cover it up, but it's only a skin problem. It's not a big
Oh,
thing.
no. Oh, it's just cosmetic. Let's just call Lowe's and, like, get a 10% discount on it.
Yep. Sorry, I was having a PTSD war flashback right there.
I could tell. You got very quiet there, like, oh, Jesus.
Staring into the middle distance.
Yeah.
And the Mallard was built using aluminum stressed skin construction. So, unlike earlier fabric-covered aircrafts, where the fabric covering is merely for aerodynamic purposes and doesn't do much for the actual airframe, the metal skin carries part of the flight loads and is stressed during flight.
Right.
So, a plane like this, with aluminum stress skin construction, tends to develop a lot of minor cracks over time on the skin. So it's understandable that they thought it was a skin thing, not a major problem.
Mm-hmm.
And provided appropriate action is taken to repair any tacky.
To be fair, even skin things can turn into a major problem. Is nobody else see Dr. Pimple Popper?
That's very true. So you can provide appropriate action to any cracking, but usually, whenever it's just a skin thing, the safety of the aircraft is not compromised.
Right.
So they thought that they could just, like, slap a Band-Aid on it to take care of it because they thought it's just a cosmetic thing. They didn't think it was detrimental to the actual aircraft. Little did they know, the Fix-A-Flat was hiding the real problem the whole time.
Fix-A-Flat, you betrayed us! How could you?
Yeah. The unseen cracked stinger covered up by Fix-A-Flat. It allowed the right wing to flex more during flight, which increased its bending forces at the root. So the skin cracks slowly got bigger and bigger and bigger with each flight. Because, you know, the wing was a bit looser and could move more.
Dangerous flex, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so the crack in the underside of the wing just kept growing and growing until it was so weakened it couldn't support flight loads anymore, which is why it fell off during the ill-fated flight. It literally was just like, I can't do it no more, boss. Done. I can't do it no more, boss.
Yeah, I got no more left in me.
Yeah.
Good luck.
He's like, I'm out.
Fuck this shit.
Yep.
I was kind of joking whenever I said, wow, the plane literally said, fuck this shit, I'm out. But that's actually kind of what happened.
Yeah, because the right wing, it wasn't being properly repaired. Because everyone just thought, oh, it's a cosmetic thing, and the Fix-A-Flat covered up the actual problem.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, by sheer chance, a tourist from New York was able to videotape Flight 101's final moments on his cell phone.
Christ! I didn't know that anyone had videotaped that shit. God damn.
He just happened to be pulling out his phone to video something, and he just happened to capture the plane as it was going down.
Holy fuck.
And the footage clearly showed the airplane and the right burning wing falling on two separate spots in the water. Now, you might be asking, hey, where'd that smoke come from that you were talking about earlier? Or that fire you just now mentioned 10 seconds ago?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how I said the fuel tanks were in the wings?
Oh, shit.
So, it was already leaking before, and now the
Fuel very flammable.
Fuel very flammable, and also right wing fall off, so all connectors to the plane sever.
Oh, no.
So, you know, electrical shit. Meet gas fumes.
Oh, shit. Which means kaboom.
Yep.
Enough gas fumes, even just a little bit of static electricity is gonna cause a kaboom.
Yep. Yeah, also, whenever they were doing later investigations, no maintenance records were found for any repairs made on the plane. All this comment about the Fix-A-Flat and the doublers that they were putting on, that was after they questioned everyone enough to find out what the fuck happened, because there were no maintenance records.
Yeah, well, why would you need that?
They don't even have a repair manual. Why'd they need a maintenance record?
Okay, but you know, when you make a point, you make a goddamn point, is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, in all seriousness, when you make a point, you make a point.
Yeah. Yeah, just over half the passengers on the plane were Bimini, Bahama locals who had returned from Christmas shopping.
Oh.
The last body was recovered by a fisherman 9 miles from the crash site, and the bodies of all the other passengers were found still strapped into their seats.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Because they were still strapped in from takeoff.
Yep. Because they had just taken off!
Jesus Christ. We're driving to the next TwitchCon.
The fuck we are. We're just not flying with Spirit.
Yeah, that's very true. We're not doing that. Fuck that.
Yeah. So 2 years after this accident, Shocks went out of business.
What?
Because, now the Federal Aviation Authority had to actually inspect the planes after they voluntarily grounded them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like,
what
no!
The fuck? Yeah, they were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So what did we learn today, kids?
Seaplanes suck.
Yes. Flying boats suck.
Yeah.
It can only be one thing or the other. It can't be both.
We have learned that Fix-A-Flat has betrayed us. Fix-A-Flat is in league with the satanic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It has betrayed us, and soon it will bite all of our penises off. That's what I got from this.
Okay.
Because, like, okay.
You know what? As long as you sound like you learned something.
He's like, you know what?
I'm that kind of teacher.
Important here, so.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell your work story, or do you want me to get to the last thing?
Oh yeah, I'll tell the work story. Alright, so I had a funny little experience at work yesterday. So, you know that a call is like, that it's set up to be a fantastic call. When you answer, you do your opening spiel, and the first thing that the customer says is, well, thanks for screwing me over. That's when you know it's gonna be a good one.
I don't even know you, sir.
Yeah, I know, I'm just like, pardon me. Now, again, like I said, when I was a kid, I wasn't really very trollish. I have very much made up for that as an adult.
We all have.
But so the amount, like, there was an instinctive, almost reflexive response. I almost replied with, "You're welcome, how can I assist you further today?" I'm not gonna lie, I almost did
It took
that.
everything in you not to say it.
I did have to, like, clamp down on the initial, like, reflex to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just being completely honest, being sincere with everybody. That was kind of the state of things at the time. And so, the guy, so he's like, starts off with, "Thanks for screwing me over," and I said, "How can I assist you today, sir?" Like, I'm just like, okay, let's see how this goes. So he proceeds to start out, "Well, I make a lot of trips into different countries." Like, okay.
Weird flex,
And,
but okay.
yeah, it kind of was like a little bit of a weird flex, but okay. But, alright, while this is happening, by the way, I just want to emphasize, while he's telling me this story, I've already pulled his phone number from the call, so I know what his phone number is. I put it into our database. I see an order. I know his name. I know his order. I've got that information already.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let him talk, because that gives me time to document.
Okay.
So, I am filling out all the stuff, and he starts going, "Well, I go to a lot of countries, and I go to kind of third world countries." And I'm like, oh, we getting into some racism in here, okay.
Oh.
It's like, or things that Trump would term shithole countries.
Okay.
And also, and that includes America. I consider it a shithole country. And I'm like,
you're not wrong.
okay. I'm just like, you're not wrong, but you're not right for the reasons that you think you're right. So, and he's like, and so he proceeds to say, "And because of that, sometimes my card gets stolen." And I'm like, well, sounds like these shithole countries have you outsmarted.
I was about to say.
Sounds like they outsmarted you.
Sounds like more of you're the shithole in their country.
Yeah, sounds like you're kind of easily fooled.
I've been to other countries and I've never had my card stolen.
Yeah, like you went to the Vatican. That's like the pickpocket capital of the world almost.
You taught me how to not get pickpocketed.
Yeah, it's like, there are ways to prevent it, is what I'm saying. So, like, I remember thinking, because whenever I went, anytime I go to a vacation where I'm going to be in a crowd, I have, underneath my pants, I have a little protective, it's like a fanny pack, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
but it is specifically designed to hold money and your passport and things like that. And that way it's underneath your pants, nobody sees it, and it has a zipper on it so people can't get to it.
Yep.
I highly recommend it. It is great for any trip where you're going to be in big crowds, whether you're going to another country or wherever. So I'm kind of amused by the fact that this man has apparently done so much traveling, but he never thought to get one of those, you know? Like,
even I have my Batman fanny pack utility belt that you got me.
Yeah, like, you know, it's literally like the best thing that I can recommend for trips.
You made sure I had it on my first trip out of the country.
Exactly. So, all of this to say, he's like, so my card gets stolen, and so as a result, because it's been stolen so many times, and I'm thinking, this is not, I don't know what you're trying to do here, but you're making yourself look pretty dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to victim blame you, but you are looking really dumb right now. And he's just like, I put a credit limit on my card. Now, at this point, I have been looking at his card, and I've been looking at his order, and I'm seeing a payment authorization failure. Whenever a financial institution has a limit on your card, they will not authorize a big budget purchase such as a refrigerator, which is what this man was buying. So I see where there was an authorization failure. Normally, that's an easy solution. You just, like, your bank will send you a notification. They'll say, hey, is this you? You say yes. You give us a call. We do a reauthorization manually. Bada bing, bada boom. We're done. You know? Your payment is authorized. So, he's like he's rolling. Like, it's just curse words and some racism and, like, I mean, he's just kind of going. Like, very intentionally insightful language. He's, like, trying to incite a reaction. Which I'm just like, joke's on you, I live on the internet. You cannot break me. You can't break me with this amateur hour bullshit. I'm sure there's some shit out there that would break me. I don't doubt that for 1 second.
Talk about abortion,
but it ain't,
get you.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be you, my friend. So he is, like, going on about, you know, he's got his little thing, and then he's like, and because Lowe's does not see fit to take the money because of some stupid policy where they do not see fit to take the money until they decide they want it in some nebulous time in the future. Now, I have a failed payment for a delivery tomorrow. My delivery is ruined, and you have ruined everything, and you've just completely screwed me over. So thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, again, fighting the urge to say you're welcome. And so I just responded back, and I said, okay, well, I'll be happy to help you today. Do you mind if I have your name and the order number? Again, I already have the order pulled up. I'm stalling for a little bit of time so that I can do my documentation, basically. I already see everything. I just need to keep him talking for a little bit because I get dinged if it gets too quiet in the call, which is really annoying. So, he does not give me his name. He says, well, I'll give you the order number. And he gives me the order number. And I'm just thinking, oh, how kind of you. So he gives me the order number. And at the very least means I can confirm I'm on the right order. And so I'm looking at that payment failure. By that, long before I had already pressed the reauthorize button and the payment had been authorized.
Yeah.
And he never lost his delivery date. So, okay, so everybody just, well, actually, I'll explain this in a bit anyway. So, actually, I'll hold off on this explanation. So, he's like going on about how Lowe's is just the worst thing ever and all this. Again, he did not give me his name, and it's 100% it's a power move. It's a, well, I'm not giving my name because I'm in control of this conversation. This is 100%.
Sure you are, buddy.
Yeah, this is 100% one of those, like, quote unquote alpha male guys who postures and all that shit. That is 100% who this guy is.
Quite a beta move.
Honestly, yeah. And so I'm just like, okay, we're done with this shit. And so I just go, well, Robert, because that was his name. I'm so sorry that we did not properly communicate to you when the payment would be taken for the order, Robert. I apologize. That is just our payment authorization system. However, Robert, I am happy to tell you
just repeating his name.
Yes, I was repeating his name to him. However, I am very happy to report to you that I was able to successfully authorize your payment manually. And the good news is, Robert, your delivery date has not been affected. We will still deliver this tomorrow. And then I start rattling off his address. Again, in all of this, I am appearing extremely helpful. But in reality, what I'm doing is making him aware that I know his name, I know where he lives, I know everything. And also I know the last 4 digits of his card number. So it's kind of like a little bit of a, I'm in charge of this call, basically.
Yeah. You thought you were in charge.
Yeah, I'm basically making it clear who's actually in charge of this call. And so this actually does trip him up. I don't think necessarily because of the fact that I had all this information about him. It's the fact that I fixed his problem so quickly. Because it did not, it literally took one press of a button and his problem was solved.
Yep.
And he really expected this to be a long, drawn-out thing where he could berate me the whole time. Which, the joke's on him, I 100% would have done. If it had ended up being something that was going to take a longer period of time to fix, and he was behaving this way, I would have done my disconnect script and just disconnected and gone on to the next call.
Yep.
Because I ain't dealing with your bullshit, basically. So, he kind of stutters a little bit, because I've tripped him up and caught him a little bit flat-footed with solving the problem so easily. And then he goes, and I said, and also, I noticed that you had mentioned that you weren't entirely certain when the payment is taking for orders like this. I'm more than happy to explain that, Robert. So the way, and this is the honest to God's truth. I say, whenever we have an online order and a card is associated with the order, we do an authorization check just to ensure that the card is present and that it is active and that it has the funds needed to cover the cost. Yeah, I was just making this guy my bitch. To ensure that the cost can be covered. Whenever we have that, whenever we do that, we do that authorization check at the beginning whenever the order is first placed, but we also do that authorization check every 7 days, because sometimes our orders take a little bit longer, and as I'm sure you're very, very aware, it is extremely easy to lose your card whenever you're in a foreign country or anything like that. So in order to ensure that you've not lost your card and that your card is still active, we'll do that authorization check every 7 days. However, in the case of a delivery order, we take the payment for the order the evening before the delivery whenever we print the delivery ticket, because at that point, the item is present, it is ready to be delivered, and we can confirm that the transaction will complete. I said, did you have any other questions for me, Robert?
No.
And he goes, that's a stupid policy that you have. Why does Lowe's do that? Home Depot doesn't do that.
Yes, they do.
And I go, Robert, actually, I do just want to inform you that every single company in America does it that way because that is law. Which it actually is, by the way.
It is.
It is law. The reason why Lowe's won't take your money if you make an online order, they'll just do the authorization check. The reason why is because by law, we cannot take your money until we fulfill your order.
That's also why we can't charge your card until you come into the store and actually pick up an item.
Exactly. It's the law. So I said, well, actually, it's because that is, in order to comply with the law, we cannot take your money until we are able to fulfill your transaction. He said, well, that's a stupid law. I bet probably Biden wrote that law. And I said, actually, that law went into effect about 3 years ago. I believe that was under Trump. By the way, I don't actually know when that law went into effect. Let me make that very clear to everybody. I don't actually know when that law went into effect.
You're just dunking on this guy.
I was just dumping on him at this point. And let's be real, he was not going to fact check me.
No.
He did not know enough to fact check me, and he was not going to look this up afterwards.
Yeah.
So I just said, actually, this law went into effect under Trump. It's a way to protect the consumer. And so, oh yeah, it's actually a pretty old law. Like I said, I was just fucking with him at this point because I knew he wasn't going to fact check me. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Izzy. It's very likely much older than the Obama administration. So I've kind of stopped him at that point, and I go, now is there anything else that I can assist you with? And he goes, well, you know what? No, there's nothing else that I need. And I'm still never ever gonna shop Lowe's again. I'm thinking, oh no, please no. In fact, I'm moving to okay, this is exactly how he says this. I'm gonna recreate exactly how he says this. I'm gonna move to a new country with actual competitive capitalism and real democracy. And I swear to God, I almost said, Israel? I almost...
Damn!
With actual democracy. But I know that he desperately wanted me to ask what country he was moving to.
Yep.
And so I said, well, I wish you an absolute safe trip, Robert. And I do thank you very much for choosing. Like, I just started going into the ending spiel because I was like, and he said, well, and I always say, thank you for choosing Lowe's. We look forward to assisting you with any of your future needs. If you want to leave any feedback on my service, please press 1 when I release you to go to a very quick survey. In the meantime, you stay safe and have a great week. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. You know, whatever is appropriate. That's my ending spiel every time. So I start the ending spiel. I go, we look forward to assisting you with any of your future needs. And he's like, you're not gonna be. If you'd like to leave any feedback on my... Like, at that point, I was done. I was, like, shouting over him. Like, nope, we're done. You are done. Like, if you would like to leave any feedback on my service, please press 1 when I release you to go to a very quick survey. But in the meantime, you stay safe, keep an eye on your wallet, and have a great weekend, Robert. Bye. I had to squeeze in that. Keep an eye on your wallet.
Jesus.
And that call, by the way, I know it took me a while to tell the story, but that call overall took less than 7 minutes.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know guys like this. They want to posture and all that shit, and they would think that they're all intimidating and all that shit, and I'm just like, I am an openly queer, gender fluid person living in the South. You can't scare me. Like, you are nothing compared to some of the shit that I've had said to me or done to me. What the fuck you gonna do? Crawl through the phone at me? Like, but yeah, it was a fun. I was like, that was nice. I liked that. That was fun.
Well, I'm glad you had them.
I genuinely had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, it was like, Robert, sit your twinkle ass down. You're in my world now. Okay. We can move on now.
So I'll probably be pronouncing this wrong, but fuck you. So we are going to talk about subject Izzy recommended, Pista Pipás.
Okay.
Hungarian transgender serial killer.
Oh, fun!
/ hitman.
Fun!
Yeah.
Is a hitman technically a serial killer just by default?
Well, we're gonna get into that.
Oh, okay. Oh, alright.
Look, this is the early 1900s. A lot of things were not documented, so a lot of things are up for debate.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of Hungarian names in here. I will read them once, and then I will immediately nickname them to never have to do that again.
Okay, fair enough.
So, our killer and subject is known as this bitch.
Okay.
So this bitch was born into a... born February 23rd, 1882 in Szeged, Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
And born into a family living in just extreme poverty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They were born the daughter of farmer Lukács Fody and Maria Tombax.
Okay.
And hold on. The Wikipedia page is translated from Hungarian to English, so some things are not 100% clear.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah, so they lived on the family farm practically all of their life growing up, because where the fuck else were they gonna go? And this farm was around the area of Tompa, Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
They were baptized in the parish of Saint Teresa of Subotica on February 24th, 1882. So the day they were born, they were baptized.
Okay. One thing I do want to ask, if you don't mind, so whenever you say that they are, that they're transgender, what is their pronouns, as far as you know?
As far as I know, they go by male pronouns.
Okay.
But it's gonna get a little bit fuzzy, and I'm gonna explain here in a minute.
Oh, okay. So the they them is gonna get kind of explained as we progress.
Yeah, because
okay.
Because I myself am not 1,000% clear.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So their father was an alcoholic and regularly abused the family.
Okay.
Because it's early 1900s in Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
What else were they gonna do?
Yeah.
And due to accumulating debts, the family gave the person who was named Victoria, whenever they were born, they gave them at the age of 13 as a servant, and according to other sources, as a pastor.
What?
There's a lot of conflicting things in here because, again, it's the 1800s. It wasn't well documented.
So, like, what? He just gave them a pastor? What?
They gave their child away at 13.
Oh, okay.
As a servant and maybe pastor, most likely just a servant.
Okay, so like one of those like hand
I can't take care of my kid here.
Yeah, hand him over to God. Here, y'all do it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
It was around this age that they also picked up the habit of smoking, which became a lifelong thing. The last name Pipás is a Hungarian term for pipe.
Oh,
because they smoked out of a pipe.
Oh, interesting.
And that was one of the names they picked for themselves.
Okay.
God, sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, so
your eyes burning?
That, and there's also a lot of allegedlys and reportedlys, and based on other sources, so it's gonna get a bit confusing.
Oh, so we getting real mucky around here.
We getting mucky. The farmer allegedly raped them regularly, according to some sources.
Okay.
And according to some sources, they ended up having a child as a result of this, but there are other sources that are like, there's no evidence to support this.
Okay.
Either way, it's a fucked up.
So there's gonna be a lot of allegeds.
There's a lot of allegeds, there's a lot of other sources. It's a lot.
Okay.
Because no one wanted to document any kind of gay shit in the 1800s and 1900s. So to avoid scandal, the farmer who was overseeing them, Sulak, had the 19-year-old, then female girl. They had them married off to a wealthy farmer.
Okay.
They were 19 and the farmer was 27. And they married allegedly on February 3rd, 1902.
Okay.
And it was also most likely that he was illiterate. Well, they were illiterate, sorry.
Okay.
So, having to sign a marriage certificate and being illiterate.
Yeah, there's nothing sus about that.
So there are some sources that say they had, like, over 5 children and only 1 survived, but there are other sources that say that there were no children involved. But everyone agrees that Paul Reiger, a farmer husband, was a violent man and abused them many, many times.
Okay.
And allegedly, Pista Pipás was widowed, in big quotation marks.
Oh.
But allegedly, either they were widowed or the marriage was illegally, or the marriage was legally dissolved by a tribunal. Either way, marriage no there.
Okay. So either way, the marriage was over.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no information on whether there was a child or not, so I'm just gonna leave it there, that maybe there probably wasn't.
Okay.
If there was, no one cared about the kid anyway.
Okay.
So, a couple years after the marriage ended one way or another, Victoria Fodi began living their life as a man and chose the name Pista Pipás.
Okay.
They lived alone on a farm inherited from their grandparents, and because they were kind of bulky, they had very strong physique, and also were known to, smoke, which is typically a man's thing. And they also hung out a lot at the Dog Scrapper Tavern in town, so much so that they had their own separate tables set aside for them.
Oh, well. So they were passing pretty
Yeah,
well.
they were passing pretty well, and they also was said to have cut a lot of men. They got into fights a lot. So they were passing pretty well as a man, and they said that they started passing as a man simply because it was easier to get work as a man.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I was like, okay, so was it a that was genuinely how they felt, or was it just easier?
They reported that it was easier living as a man.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's how they genuinely felt, or
yeah,
just
but we
what they
don't
were
know.
saying.
Yeah, we don't know if that was just something that they said. Because I mean, when was this? Like,
they were born in 1882.
Okay, so like, yeah, that's kind of. I mean, it's definitely not the time to be having deep conversations and thoughts about your gender. So I can see where that's. I think I get now why you're kind of going with the safe they, because yeah, like.
Either way, they were very popular with the farmers in the area because they had an incredible carrying capacity and they worked twice as hard as any other day laborer.
Shag carpeting. When I get stressed, I like to sit in my room and count the strands in my shag carpeting.
I thought at one point about getting a rug for my room.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, that's a bug. 9? Now I've lost track. This is stressful. You go roll a Katamari. I have work to do. 1, 2, 3.
So, a housewife named Pampuska, we're gonna call her Pam, approached this bitch at the inn and asked them, to kill her brother-in-law, Antal Dobak, this unlucky motherfucker. Because his wife found him unhappy, his health was poor, he could not bear a child, and the woman liked a younger bachelor.
Uh-huh.
So Pam approached this bitch and was just like, hey, kill this guy. I kind of want to play the field a bit.
Yeah, I want to play the field a bit. You think you could, like, do that for me? And what, they were just like, yeah, sure.
Pretty much.
Wow. Like, how much you gonna pay me? Okay? Alright, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, because that was your thing. They always asked for payment.
I mean, if I'm gonna kill somebody for you, yeah, I ain't doing that shit for free.
Yeah. Okay, so... Sorry, let me get to the details.
No, you're fine. Add a carpet, keeping them fuckers clean is too much of a hassle for me, so never again. You know what? Fair.
Yeah.
Although, you don't necessarily mind cleaning rugs.
No, I don't mind cleaning rugs. It's like fully carpeted floors. I'm just like, ugh.
It's like, ugh.
Because rugs are easy enough. Throw them in the washing machine or just get out the little dustbuster thing we got. And I'll be fine. But, like, full-grown rugs, ugh. Okay, so this article's a lot better. So, in 1916, ignore the whole Pam thing for a couple minutes.
Okay, we're gonna just set Pam in a little box. We're gonna come back to her.
Yeah, maybe. So, in 1916, after finding their true identity, Pipás met a soldier named Istvan Borsk, who had just returned from war. And according to Borsk's wife, he was a heavy drinker. So Pipás became quick friends with him.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. And Borsk offered Pipás to live on their farm to look after the animals and do work around the house. Okay. So a steady job instead of just...
Yeah, instead of just kind of taking whatever job was available.
Yeah, so in 1919, Pipás was living on this ranch with them. And often when Borsk drank, he repeatedly argued and threatened his wife with a gun.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, whenever the wife just finally fucking had enough of it, she had a discussion with Pipás about killing her husband. And Pipás was like, okay.
Like, I'm kind of cool with that because this whole getting drunk threatening the wife thing,
yeah, cause
bringing up a lot of bad memories, not gonna lie.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing, is it's argued that the main thing Pipás did was they were kind of a hitman for shitty husbands.
Okay, I'm very intrigued now. I was already pretty intrigued, now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, so it's like, it can be argued that they were probably like this as a result of PTSD from how their father treated them.
And allegedly their husband.
Allegedly.
Okay.
So they sat down, they discussed payment, and they started organizing the murder, and they got 2 accomplices. One worker named Janos Veserinis, and surprisingly, Emir Borsch, who happened to be the victim's son.
Wow! How bad is it whenever your kids are like, yeah, kill him, he's a fucking asshole.
It's gotta be pretty bad. So on the night of the murder, Pipás and their accomplices approached Borsch's house, and they upset the horses in the barn to cause noise and get him to come out. So he woke up, went out, and went to see what the commotion was. After leaving the house, Veserinis attacked him, and Pipás came up behind him and strangled him with a rope.
Holy shit!
They dragged the dead body into the house and hanged him over a beam to make it look like a suicide.
Wow.
However, according to Pipás' testimony, Borsch's wife asked them to actually move the body into his chamber and arrange everything to look like a suicide there. I don't know why the change of scenery was...
Hey, I appreciate what y'all are trying to do, but the feng shui is not very good there. Move them over here if you don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see a movie adaptation of this whole story.
I know, yeah.
Okay, so the second confirmed murder, we're getting back to 1922 Antal Dobak, who had Pam looking out to try and take him out.
Right. Okay, we're back to Pam now. We're getting Pam out of the corner.
Yeah, so Antal was, again, returning home from war, and he started throwing parties at his ranch and spent most of his family's money on alcohol.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, Pammy was so upset about this behavior. She offered wheat, ham, and 28 liters of wine to Pipás and 2 other men, each of them being... sorry. One of them was Pam's daughter's boyfriend.
Wow.
And they said, you can have this if you kill my husband. And they're like, dope.
Wow. How fucking shitty, like... I'm sorry, how fucking shitty were some men at that... Well, I mean... I imagine there are probably some like nowadays. The only reason why there's been a drop-off of shitty husbands getting murdered is because forensics got better.
Yeah.
And all women watch true crime documentaries, so they know that forensics got better.
Yeah. Yeah, we started listening to them and we're like, oh, so I can't try to do this because they can use this tactic to find me out.
Yeah, that's kind of what's happened.
Yeah, don't worry, I know. I'm well aware of this.
I genuinely feel like there are more female serial killers than we think there are.
It's just they didn't get caught.
Yeah, I think that modern day at least, I think they just know a little bit more about not getting caught.
Yeah, honestly.
But I do think that there are more modern day, I do think there are more female serial killers than we think that there are.
Yeah.
They just all listen to true crime podcasts.
If I happen to disappear for a couple weeks, I swear it's not because I'm a female serial killer and going into hiding. Swearsies.
Swearsies. Promise.
So anyway, one night, the 2 accomplices hid in the house and waited for Dobak to arrive. When he did, they jumped him, and again, Pipás put a rope around his neck. And they dragged him...
Because he was kind of like, oh, I got him an MO now, so I might as well roll with it.
Pretty much. And they dragged him into another room where Pipás was just, like, chilling out, like, getting ready to have some fun with this.
Oh.
And together, all 3 of them hung up Dobak and waited until he suffocated.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
They did not have him go gently into that good night.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
His kids were present in the room when he was murdered.
Jeez, like...
They were there, they watched it.
The fuck, did they, like, pop some popcorn? Like, fuck yeah, let's take bets on how
Pretty much! Like, no one wanted...
Holy shit!
No one wanted this guy alive!
Like, I'm genuinely not trying to victim blame, but I am gonna sit here and go, how fucking awful of a person do you have to be that people are, like, watching you die, cheering it on? Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, so again, after he died, Pipás and the two men...
Pipás, like, looks up at the widow, just like, hey, so the last one kind of wanted him staged a certain way. Do you want that too?
And they did it! They took him into the chamber and staged they hung him up again.
Nice.
Staged it to look like a suicide.
I hate the fact that I'm sitting here saying nice, because it sounds like I condone this. I don't condone this. This is still murder. It's just... This is just blowing my mind, is the thing.
So those are the two known confirmed murders.
Oh!
It's alleged that they probably committed closer to like 30.
Holy fuck.
I mean, when you hire yourself out as a hitman who will take care of your shitty husband and make it look like a suicide.
Yeah,
you got a good market.
I guess you probably get some responses to that ad in the paper. Imagine that kind of an ad. Hey ladies, is your husband shitty? Like, super shitty? I'll take care of that for you.
Do you want to not get your hands dirty, but still want to live that single life?
I got you covered. Call Pistas for all your husband-killing needs.
Yeah, Izzy, why use poison when you can just strangle them and make it look like a suicide?
Yeah. Poison is typically a, female
it
means
is
of killing people.
It is typically a female means, mainly just because it's cleaner.
And a lot of times it's not going to be like, they're not just going to poison you all in one go, they're going to do it slowly over a period of time.
Yep.
Because then, again, I really think there are more female serial killers out there than we think there are. Because they know enough to know that it'll look suspicious if you just keel over dead. So if they introduce the poison slowly into your system, and it's a slow, like, degradation, then, like, they can pass it off as, oh, he got really, really sick.
Yep. Izzy says, one thing that might put Pista's motivation into perspective, they had to resort to prostitution in their early years before assuming their male persona.
Oh. Wow, me and Minx, like, joke constantly about the hashtag kill all men thing, and here was Pista just like, yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. And best part was, it took 13 years for them to get caught.
Yeah, they definitely killed more than just two people in that period of time.
Definitely. So, the truth didn't come out until June 7th, 1932, and it was purely by accident. So, locals had contacted the police about, you know, a family altercation, fight, and everything. When they noticed Josef Ver arguing loudly with his partner, Veron Nemeth, in front of their house. When the authorities arrived, they separated the couple to calm them down, and they escorted the upset woman home, who told them that Ver Josef said to them earlier that Antal Dobek didn't commit suicide, but was hanged by Pipás in 1922.
Ver's just like, hey, let me just tell you about this.
I guess it was a question of, like, why are you letting this get so bad? Do you feel like they're threatening your life? And then they throw that out to be like, well, maybe they could threaten my life. They know about this murder and they did nothing about it.
Oh.
At least that would be my perspective on it. What the fuck is going on? I forgot this is part of the plot.
You held your own, maybe. All grown up now, huh? Nah, I'm not even close to being in your league.
Oh, just suck each other's dicks already.
You're just looking out for us. I know that. But we have the Jumbo legacy to preserve, too. It's like, well, bye! I don't understand what just happened.
I don't know.
Did they just, like, abandon him or some shit?
I don't know. The new season of Power Rangers is really weird, man.
I know, right? Okay, so. Argument?
And mentioned to the police that Antal was murdered, not suicide. So, the police found the story oddly suspicious, because Ver's former wife was Dobak's daughter, Piros Tombez. So that's how he found out that it was murder, because remember, the kids were in the room.
Just popping popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, Piros Tombax threatened him, saying if he wasn't going to be careful, he would end up like her dad.
Jesus.
If that's not a "you'll be sleeping with the fishes soon enough" kind of line, I don't know what is.
Huh.
So based on this story, the police opened up an investigation and interrogated Ver Josef and his former wife and any other possible witnesses. And according to testimony, they discovered that Pipás killed both Antal Dobak and Istvan Borsk and covered up the killings as suicides. And within 2 months, police had arrested Pipás and her accomplices. She tried telling them, "I didn't kill those men, it's total bullshit, I swear."
I think we should probably stick with they.
They, sorry.
Yeah, I think we should probably play it safe and stick with they.
I slipped there, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
They were like, "No, I totally didn't do it," but then their accomplices just completely rolled over and said, "Yeah, we did that shit."
Yeah, and they were just like, "You fucking bitches."
Yeah. So, Pista Pipás was originally sent to a male prison, but they refused to shower.
Understandably.
And then they found out why.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, because they reportedly got so, like, disgusting that they were like, "You need to go and shower. Go and do it."
Like, nope.
And then they found out why.
I wonder how they found out. Like, were they just like, "Alright, look, real talk for a second, y'all"?
It was either they tried to hose them down, or they made them go to the medical officer because they were claiming, like, "Oh, it's a medical thing, I can't." And that's how they found out.
Yeah. Either way.
So after the confessions, Pipás and their accomplices were obviously put on trial, but the police didn't technically have any proof against them.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, Antal Dobak's, they exhumed his body, and all they could prove was that his death was caused by strangulation before hanging. So, they could prove that that one was a murder, but Borsk's examination wasn't possible, because his death hadn't been reported or documented at the time.
So it was just kind of like,
We can prove that one was strangled, so... yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird because, like, a lot of times in true crime documentaries, you know, police will be like, "We knew we had to solve this for the family." And in this case, the family's like, "You really don't. It's fine."
I think for this one, it's more, this is a woman passing off as a man, therefore, weird.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, this is weird. And we don't like weird.
We want to punish them for living their best life.
Okay, well, to be fair, they actually were murdering people, so that might have also had something to do with it.
So, despite having little evidence, the court did sentence Pista Pipás to death on January 13th, 1933.
Okay.
However, the execution was never carried out.
Oh.
Because they were able to plead for mercy to the Regia of Hungary, who changed their sentence to life imprisonment instead of execution.
Like, look, all he did was kill a couple of assholes. I mean, who hasn't wanted to kill a guy?
Well, like, they claimed they had converted and they were...
Oh, yeah, pull the Jesus defense.
Yep.
It's like, oh, god damn it, I went into the water. Like, I've seen the light of, fuck, what is that guy's name? Jesus, that's it, Jesus.
Yeah, that's Pista Pipás at the time of their arrest. I'd bang. So they did end up dying in prison October 10th, 1940 due to emphysema.
Really?
Yeah, Yeah, they were a heavy smoker.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Pipás means one who smokes with a pipe.
Oh yeah. Oh, well. So, like, I wonder what prison life was like for them.
I don't know.
Just like, yeah, so, I'm in here because I murdered a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that? Well, I mean, they were really, really abusive, and their wives were paying me to kill them, and like, all the women are like, interesting, tell me more!
Yeah, their whole thing was they only killed by order, and they always required some sort of payment for their actions. Therefore, they were a hitman!
Not
Agent 47!
Yeah, they were an Agent 47. I would fucking watch a movie with a gender-bent Agent 47.
Yes.
I would watch, like, you know, whenever people are getting, like, all pissy because, like, oh, we're taking characters and we're making them black, or we're making them female, or all this stuff. I am just like, no, I want a Marvel Cinematic Universe where everyone is non-binary.
Isn't that what Tilda Swinton was trying to go for in Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I mean, but, like, no, but, like, everybody's non-binary.
Yeah.
Just everyone's non-binary.
Yeah.
I would dig that.
So Izzy points out their former husband came to identify them and went, yes, that's my Victoria, and Pipás cussed them out.
Like, fuck you!
Yeah, pretty much. So over the years, Pista Pipás has become a part of Hungarian folklore as an avenger of women. And
literally like a don't beat your wife or Pista Pipás will come for you?
pretty much.
Holy shit. Why don't we have shit like that? Like, don't rape your wife or else Lorraine Bobbitt will show up and cut your dick off.
I would love that.
Like,
Miranda Bobbitt just coming in, just being like...
I'm just saying, like, why don't we have, like, folk tales like that to tell kids when they're growing up? Now, whenever you grow up and you get a wife, don't you abuse them or else Pista Pipás will come and they will kill you.
And they'll make it look like an accident.
Yeah, they'll make it look like a suicide.
So yeah, that's the story of to the general public's knowledge, the first cold-blooded Hungarian transgender serial killer.
So, would you consider... Okay, we go back to my question, though. Because, like, genuine question. And this is probably going to be the raid message, I'm going to be honest. Are hitmen serial killers? I mean, I know that, legally speaking, there is a distinction between them. Between hitmen and serial killers. I know that. I understand that.
For me...
What?
For me personally?
Yeah, on a philosophical level, I mean. Like, you know, are hitmen serial killers? I know, right?
I guess because there seems to be lacking a more personal aspect to a hitman taking someone out. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do understand that, you know, there are serial killers who kill people purely for their money and everything. And I get that. I'm just like, also at the same time, the serial killer will make an effort to know their victim in some way or another. They will know something about them. And a hitman, they can just get, like, a picture of their target. But I don't think that's intimate enough.
Well, I think a hitman would try to know at least a little something about the person that they're gonna kill, because, like, you do need to get an understanding, like, if you want to make it look right. If you, like, let's say that you have orders to make it look like an accident or make it look very unsuspicious as possible, you'd probably, like, study the person for a while, figure out, okay, do they have any hobbies that are like, do they go rock climbing? Mm-hmm. If so, I can make it look like a rock climbing accident, and then, you know, suspicion.
Well, you're asking someone who's never played a Hitman game, so I mean...
That's fair. That's fair.
But I think Rose puts it best. A hitman sees the kill as a job, while a serial killer enjoys the killing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like you have to enjoy the killing to be...
A serial killer does it for exposure.
You have to enjoy the killing to be a serial killer. You don't have to enjoy the job to be a hitman.
That's a fair point. It's probably still gonna be the raid message, though. Our hitmen serial killers.
Fair enough.
So what did we learn today, everyone?
I don't know. Did we ever learn anything?
I learned don't beat your wife or else Pista people will come and strangle you.
And make it look like a suicide.
Yeah.
You know what I learned?
What?
I want pizza after this.
Pizza does sound pretty great.
Pizza sounds fucking awesome.
We are very easily, like,
we have the
distracted.
palates of 5-year-olds, okay?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
About to say, don't you dare touch that water.
I was trying. I didn't.
Bungie says, fix the flat is not a good solution for plain fuel tanks.
That's another good thing that we've learned. Fix-a-flat is only an emergency measure. It is not an actual repair.
And Izzy brings up a good point. Technically, hitmen do kill in a serial manner, but it's not the same. Just like how soldiers are not serial killers, it's just part of the job. There's no personal stake in it.
I would argue that there are some soldiers who, like, would meet the qualifications for a serial killer.
Yeah, okay. So
it's like how police work draws in a certain type of person.
Hold on. Some serial killers can be soldiers, but not all soldiers are serial killers.
That's okay.
Maybe Pista Pipás is responsible for all the satanic turtles biting everyone's dicks off.
Pista Pipás leads the satanic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Pista Pipás is the splinter of the...
I was just about to ask, are they Master
Satanic
Splinter?
Turtles. Yes, they are the Master Splinter.
Let me show you how to make it look like an accident.
Yeah. And then bite their dick off.
You know...
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's completely a joke whenever you and Minx are going hashtag kill all men, considering how many dick-biting jokes we have.
I mean, we're totally being completely and 100% serious. That's a joke, Twitch.
That's a joke.
That is a joke.
That is a joke.
For the love of God, Twitch, calm down. Oh, God damn it.
Pista Pipás Satanic Turtle Rental Service.
Pista Pipás Satanic Turtle Rental Service.
Yes.
Oh,
it went longer than I thought I would. I'm surprised with myself.
Yeah. I'm done. I've not been doing too well today. I'm gonna call Pista Pipás and have them kill the makers of this game.
Don't do that.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Have them kill someone who deserves it.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, alright, everybody. I hope that you all enjoyed today. I enjoyed today. Stick around, we're gonna raid Minx.
Because we always raid Minx.
We do. Well, she's usually the only one live. Oh, alright. So, raid message, I think I'm gonna stick with our serial killer, our hitmen serial killers.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna stick with that. So that's gonna be... Yes, stream tomorrow. Tomorrow, me, Minx, and Alice will be playing Alien Firestorm, Firestarter, Fire thing.
Firefest!
Firefest.
It's not an actual game!
That's gonna be my joke for the rest of the... Yep, they just like lure you in, and then you get like a piece of cheese and some bread. Fire team! There we go. Fire team. Alright. Well, thank you all so very much for coming out. I really do appreciate it. You are all seriously really, really fantastic people. Let me just make sure.
Thank you for dealing with me on a day when I'm not fucking feeling it.
Alright. Minx is doing Tribes of Midgard with Dex. Awesome.
Yay!
Well, thank you all very much. Yes, I will see you all tomorrow. We will be doing, whatever the fuck that thing is called. Tomorrow with Minx and Alice. And
Alien Firefest with Ja Rule.
Yeah, Alien Firefest with Ja Rule, Minx, and Alice tomorrow. And then next Monday, we will start Psychonauts 2, which will be fun.
You have fun with that.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Don't forget, guys, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, you can recommend topics I can research for DisasterCast on the Discord in the Tragedy Topics.
Yes, we welcome your,
I can't just go with everything Izzy says, okay?
Alright, y'all stay safe out there, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
Don't die.
Don't die. Bye.
Bye.